Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, my dudes. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Welcome in, Nate. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. How have you offered up to Odin? Hey, Carl, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Don't mind me as I take a nom bite of my cheesy bread. And then talk with my mouth full. Welcome in, welcome in. No, not Domino's, Little Caesars. Hey, Brooks, welcome in. Nate, thanks for the shouties. Everybody check out Camping Carl. If you don't follow Camping Carl, you absolutely should. He's a pretty cool dude. We do have Little Caesars here, and as far as cheap pizza goes, not too bad. Not gonna lie. I don't know if it's a. She's like not that cool. Don't sell yourself short. He's awesome. Don't listen to him. But they've got little breadsticks, buttered, cheesy breadsticks. Well, cheesy in the sense that they put the crappy dehydrated parm on it. The delicious dehydrated parm. And they call it crazy bread. I don't know if it's new or something, or if I've just never noticed it before. But I ordered dinner because I wanted pizza, because I'm a little gremlin. And I noticed they had cheese-filled ones, and I was like, thank you, sold. And I bought those without even a second thought. And they're okay. They're alright. Ontario has it. We had it when Ari and I went to Niagara. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not bad cheap pizza. I don't know how long ago that was. I know when I was much younger, I got ragged on Little Caesars pretty bad. So they've made some I would argue they've made some ingredient improvements since then, yeah. So I'm munching it on the last one. They only put 3 in there, and they're not very big. Domino's cheesy bread is also very good. Also another cheap pizza place that has gone through a significant glow up since I was but a wee babe. So, for us, that's not always the case. Local is not always cheaper, because we have some artisanal pizzerias. And it's good, but does not compete in price-wise. Hearing Little Caesars. Now my mind is just occupied by hearing Iron Mouse pronounce Little Kaisers. As Little Kaisers. Well, if they're using a wood oven, you're fucked for price. That is really good. Yeah. We've got one up. They're not using wood ovens. But we do have one that is local near us. That routinely sells out of pizza. It's sort of it's New York style. And it is probably some of the most delicious pizza I've ever had. Their artisan lies. The only place I know that uses a wood oven is maybe 45 minutes from here. It's in where I used to work. I didn't used to work there or in a place that housed this, but in the city that I used to work in, they used a wood oven. Also had delicious pizza. Was tasty. So, Little Caesars wins for price for us. There's a couple places here that use wood ovens, but they're kind of ass. Yeah. I think I know the ones you're talking about. They make like pub style pizza, and hot take, I think pub style pizza is disgusting. And I will die on that hill. I don't even care. See? It totally is. Oh no, my mother is calling. Hey Nate, you want to talk to my mom? You don't have to. She's already going to voicemail. I will handle that over break. We don't have Pizza Hut where I live anymore either. Oh, that's a bummer. I really like Pizza Hut as like a fast food pizza joint. Their signature seasoning that they do on their crusts, absolutely top notch. It's just a great blend. Really like it. Up by Gucci M. Not okay, and it's definitely not the one I'm thinking of. We'll touch base on that one later. Like the pineapple on flatbread or Taco Bell. You don't have a Taco Bell either, or are you telling me that Taco Bell is dog shit? Because if you're telling me you think Taco Bell is dog shit, dog, we will be on opposite ends of that spectrum. Because as far as like calling it Mexican food is, one, I deny the premise on that. Taco Bell is not Mexican food. Taco Bell is incredible. It's incredible cheap food. Yes, yeah. It's the king of cheapness, and I also love it. I love Taco Bell. Hey B, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Let's give a shout out to the aggressive buzzing. Welcome in. But the Taco Bell they have is like 3 towns over. Oh man, that's quite a ways. Happy Monday subscript 3. Wait, if actual Monday is subscript, wouldn't this be when Monday subscript 2? Oh well, the naming convention will always give me pause. Every day is Monday here. We start the week anew every day. That feels like something that Cecil Baldwin would say in Welcome to Night Vale. Girl, I don't know. How are you? I'm pretty good. Today, so I slept in, but then I went to our local library and like I just took my laptop there and was like working on stuff, and it's been so long since I've just stayed in, like, it just hung out in a library, and it was incredible. It was so quiet. I love my cats, but it also meant I didn't have like cats screaming at me. It was really nice. Sorry, to turn on a lamp. No, the one, from 3 towns over close. I drive 45 minutes to go there, 45 back, but yeah, that's too far. I've got one within walking distance. Like, listen, Brooks is living the high life. Being walking distance from a Taco Bell, that's the dream. Yes, B's playing Baldur's Gate 3, and I sat in on it last night, and it was the most blissfully insane chaos. I hope you're having fun. It is a delicious, I would argue it's a delicious anytime decision. Taco Bell breakfast is absolutely wonderful. That AM Crunch Wrap, delicious. Bacon AM Crunch Wrap is where it's at. With them little Cinnabon balls. Love those. Love them. It should be a bad decision at 11:30. It should be an excellent decision at any time of the day. I love Taco Bell. There's some strong Taco Bell love in here. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's your Monday today. Good luck at work. I hope it goes well. Thanks for coming in and stopping by and saying hi and leaving a lurk. And I'll catch you online later. Also, Taco Bell, largely the only place to get... That is true. That is absolutely true. And Baja Blast is delicious. There's some serious Taco Bell love here. But I think that's it. Libraries are awesome. Be a patron of your local library. It's my plug for today. Also, eat Taco Bell. Not sponsored. I am not sponsored by Taco Bell. If Taco Bell wanted to sponsor me, I would not say no. Like in a heartbeat. But I do not think that I am their target demographic necessarily on Twitch. I think that's it. I think that's wonderful. Jesse actually was sponsored by Taco Bell before. Listen, that's awesome. What was it? They gave him $500 in gift cards. That's so much Taco Bell. That's awesome. How did he score? Oh, for his tour. Okay. I was like, how did he score that? That's awesome. For anyone who doesn't know, the person being referenced here is Street Cleaner, who does the intro music. And is awesome. And if you don't listen to Street Cleaner, you fucking should fix that. Street Cleaner is amazing. Shameless plug for Street Cleaner. Not sponsored by Street Cleaner. I just love Street Cleaner. That's all I got. Let me go ahead and let's boot this. All right, I am so excited to get back into Pentiment. You have no freaking idea. I am so excited to boot this back up. We are going to have so much fun. And the receipt was tall. There's a photo of him on Twitter from Bill Racta going to show us receipt was taller than him. That's amazing. That's just a thing of beauty. And it was only like $80. Dude, $80 in Taco Bell is a lot of Taco Bell. Oh, man. All right. Let's switch this up. Let's get this going. We've got an actual game to play here at some point. So just as a heads up, I think we're like either 3/4 or just over 3/4 away through all of the expository stuff. There is a lot of context that this game does have to set up, in terms of like the very specific time period that it is in and the very specific location. So there's been a lot of walking and talking to the NPCs who are going to figure into the ultimate story. And I think I'm most of the way through it. But just be forewarned, there's going to be a little more exploration and more talking. And we've already discovered, unintentionally, some pretty interesting things. He paid for the people behind us, too, because they got in line while we were ordering all this stuff. That's so kind of him. All right. Let's see here. Let me adjust my location. All right. I've gone through... We just came out of the church. Monastery Aquarium. Hold on. No, I came out the Monastery Aquarium. Okay, so we did that loop. And then I've been in the infirmary. Okay, I need to go into the courtyard. And there we go. See what's in here. Pretty stained glass. Appears to be nothing. For something called the lavatorium. A significant lack of people urinating. Hi, Momo. Momo has decided to join us. Let me pick her up because she's been having kind of a tough day. Momo's had a tough day. Oh, come here, sweetheart. You can hang out with me while we play Pentiment. Or we can crawl up onto my desk and be in the way. I mean, such is your want and desire. Please don't do that. Oh my god, it's like wrangling... Well, it's like wrangling cats. Refractory. Ooh. That's really pretty. Kitchen cellar. Alright, so this is where we'll be eating. When the brothers eat their meals, this is where the lector reads to them. Could you imagine having someone just read to you the entire time you're eating? And it not be like an audiobook. Just telling you, like, you're going to hell. Hey. Let's not do that, Momo. She is licking my plate. Alright, what's in the kitchen? Ah, kitchen-y objects. I hear someone doing kitchen-related stuff. Lucas. Hello, Andreas. How goes it in the kitchen? Is Brother Wojslaw, my Eastern European pronunciation is not going to be great, so please forgive me. Is he working you too hard? Not too bad. He's nice to me. It's Father Abbot and Brother Prior who make things hard. How so? I shouldn't complain. They just like their food a certain way, and I'm not good at cooking it. I'm sure Brother Wojslaw will teach you well in time. Brother Adek complains about his food too, but he complains to Brother Wojslaw. What does Brother Adek know about food anyway? He's from Cornwall. I don't even know where that is. It's a land of the west across the sea where all they eat is fish. Sounds miserable, but that's always what he complains about. The fish. He just likes to complain, I think. Don't lose heart, Brother Lucas. You're still learning. Thanks. See you later, Andreas. Momo's about to launch herself like 4 feet. Okay. And now she's losing her mind. Until later. Okay. So Lucas seems nice enough. Ooh, the cellar. To the large garden. Okay. Okay. Now... Father Gurnett agreed to grant me early payment for my manuscript. I'll need to speak with Brother Matthew about the arrangements. Already did that. With Father Gurnett's permission, I was able to collect early payment for the manuscript from Brother Matthew. I should get the money to Clara. Don't worry, we'll get there. Alright, Brother Adek of St. Ives. Elder Scribe of Curacao Scriptorium, known for his beautiful handwriting and love of anagrams and fish. And then we also have Brother Florian of Poznan, formerly a mercenary in Poland. Brother Florian is the abbot's infirmarian. Despite his violent background, he's known for his kindness and calm demeanor. Gret Albinian, wife of Ulrich, mother of Anna. Gret assists her husband in the town bakery. Aw, she looks friendly. Lucas, Brother Lucas of Fugen, Kitchener from the monks for the monks of Curacao Abbey, works with Brother Wojslaw. We've got so many people. Okay, Brother Rudiger of Tools, cantor for the monks of Curacao Abbey, known for his fine singing voice. And what a fine singing voice he does have. He's chanting in the chapel. It's really pretty. Okay, Brother Sebhat of Sadai, priest from the Ethiopian church in Rome, visiting Curacao to repay a gift given to the Council of Constance. Sophie. Okay, Sister Sophie of Birgit's quiet, dutiful Kitchener for the nuns of Curacao Abbey. That was it, right? Hold on. Oh, geez. Ulrich looks so mad. This is the angriest baker I've ever seen. Alright. We already know Ursula and Veronica. Okay, Brother Folkbert of Mittenwald. Novice of Curacao, given odd jobs around the abbey, known for his innocence and naivete. And then Brother Woslav of Pleasant? Bohemian seller for the monks of Curacao, generally well regarded by his brothers, supervises brothers Folkbert and Lucas. Alright, and that, I believe, is everyone so far. And then, okay, Rome. Though outshone by its northern neighbor Florence, Rome is still the seat of power for the Catholic Church and an impressive center for the arts. Oh, no. Well, Bologna, one of the largest cities in Italy. Bologna has blah, blah, blah. Bologna has been a center of the arts for centuries. It houses a well-known university, which was home to both Dante and Petrarch. Okay, and I know Bologna is not the way that you pronounce it, but I think Bologna is funny. So stay salty. Okay, Council of Constance, meeting of bishops that took place between 1414 and 1418 in the Diocese of Constance to end the Papal Schism. It was also notable for condemnation and capture of the Bohemian theologian Jan Hus. Alright, and the Dance of Death mural, an artistic allegory on the constants of death. Illustrations often feature people from every station of society to communicate that death inevitably claims everyone from the peasant to the emperor. I love Dances of Death murals. Alright, Hildegard. St. Hildegard of Bingen was a Benedictine abbess, visionary, mystic, and prolific writer on a variety of subjects, from theology to musical composition to medicine. A regular Renaissance woman. Okay, and that is everything. To the salon! I mean the cellar. Oh, look, it's Wojslav. Take one of the kegs, Andreas. Morning, Andreas. How's living with the Gertners? It's great, they're a lovely family. Good, we get along well enough. Well, it's a room in a peasant home, so I can't expect much. Jeez. It's great, they're a lovely family. Claire's a good woman, and she looks after Big York and Eva like they're her own. They're both almost fully grown. True. I suppose it's less that they need looking after, more that she cares to. Little Ursula is in good hands. Anyway, if I don't see you around the Abbey later, maybe I'll be seeing you in Tassing tomorrow. Until then. Okay, he seems pleasant enough. Just going through onions. We got some meats, some wood, some onions, lettuce, some sort of other root vegetable. Not a whole lot down there. Kitchen. Okay, so I think it's just the dormitory that I need to go into now. And then, you know, to go actually do my job. Oh, someone did not make their bed. Messy, messy, messy. To the church. To the Old Bailey. Okay, there's nothing in here. Alright, so to... Incorrect, that is not what I wanted. No, sacristy. Oh, oop, sorry. Stare innocently. Stay away from the sacristy, you know you're not allowed in there. Yep, sorry, that was my bad. I just wanted to... Oh, thank goodness, I have an answer for this for my background. I just wanted to admire all the sacred objects used during Mass. Then come to Mass. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I need to go to the Old Bailey. And then to the scriptorium. Alright, now to go do my job. Piero! Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Good morning, Brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big Jorgurtner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell the storms coming. Brother Adok has been here long enough that we can always smell him coming. Don't forget, Brother Guy, the fate of the youths who jeer the aged prophet Elisha outside of Bethel. This is I believe, the prophet that set loose a she-bear on a bunch of kids, and the kids got eaten. Mauled by bears, weren't they? There we go. She-bears, even worse. Multiple woman bears. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, Brother Adic? I am comparing you to an impudent youth whom the Lord, in his effable wisdom, may choose to strike down. Brother Guys, please show more respect to Brother Adok. You're being mean-spirited. Calm yourself, Brother Adok. You're too sensitive to guys' jokes. Yeah. You're too sensitive to guys' jokes. I am old, Andreas. Every slight against me stings with the fire of 1,000 wasps. But I will pray to God for the strength to endure this wickedness. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Faranick is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lauren's Rothvogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Faranick is so desperate to impress the abbot nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior, only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no, Brother Rothvogel, his manuscript! I just realized I do want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course, that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you wouldn't need to worry so much about patrons' visits. Guy's mean! Guys, someday you will stand where Piero is, and young monks will stand where you are now. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like anyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothvogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Freising. Kiersau is already out of favor. Father Abbot does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Faranick isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, that's right. I need to reference in der Mauer manuscript. To the library. Oh, there's Zdenna. Okay. What do you want, Andreas? A book. The In der Mauer manuscript. The Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? Oh, we can flirt with her! Oh, no! Could I just get the book? What do you mean? No, because I was dreaming about you. But we already know who's the best nun. And it's not this one. That is very tempting, though. It is Gertrude. Gertrude's the best. Do I go with the hedonist answer or not? What do you mean? I mean, did you sleep alone? Or, or were you engaging in carnal delights, Andreas? Why do you want to know? It would be nice to have something to think about during divine reading. Zdenna is, maybe a little thirsty. Could I just get the book? Have you considered the Lord? if I told you where I was last night, what I did, and with whom, is that all you'd do? Oh my. Well, now that I know. Think about it. All that time and privacy to yourself. I'm sure you can find something more spiritually fulfilling to do with those aliens. Andreas, no. Aw. Whoo, boy. Now that you have something to think about, could you get me that book? Well, it's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. No, why you're complaining? Isn't this your job? I need it for my work. Really? My feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just gonna ask Illuminata to get it. Sister Illuminata! Andreas needs help finding his book and I don't know where it is! Andreas. Sister Illuminata, I'd like to borrow the Indermauer manuscript, the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. It's interesting that the sisters are manning the library, because that means they at least can read a little bit. Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Because the composition is lovely. There's a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. Look at all the piggy-wiggies. The contrast of colors is also quite nice, rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right. I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. Oh. What do you mean it's all my work? That's what clients want. Brother, you know I don't like doing more work than I have to. What do you mean it's all my work? My son, you're copying the illustration from the Indermauer manuscript almost exactly. Oh. So what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Aesthetically, yes. It's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what it represents. It's November. I don't know what their Indermauer manuscript is. We definitely, so, like, looking at that, we definitely have, zodiological referencing of Scorpio and Sagittarius would indicate that this is November going into December. Well, at the time, I think, was Sagittarius in November? I don't know about Drift. Drift is so insignificant. We got 4 angels. I don't know what this scene is here at the bottom with the 2 pigs and the 3 people. Or necessarily what these flowers are. Got a couple snails, and I don't know what the bird is. Huh. May have to look that up here shortly. It's not providing me, unless it's in our glossary now, which it might be. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire have forbidden it, even Father Gurnet. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it is not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form, these images illuminate a path to truth. It's most important to me that my clients are happy. They won't pay me for truth. Yes, but with God's grace, this book of hours will outlive us all. What will it say to those who see it in a future generation, centuries beyond our comprehension? Some will gaze deep into your lines and paint to seek a deeper meaning. What will they find? But you need not listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There is no place for the mosaic the monastic scriptoria anymore. In truth, this room is a place out of time. Does it make you sad? Why is that? Why has Curacao kept this up for so long? We already know why. There's a printing press. The Nuremberg printing press has been invented. Does it make you sad? I admit I am still fond of the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries. So be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing, be brought to truth. Don't you think there's danger in anyone being able to write, anyone being able to read anything? I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adic. Do I think it's dangerous that people can read and write? Woo boy! I am not going to play Andreas that way. I think there will always be a place for artists. Don't get me wrong, yes. There is a certain amount of risk. I mean, Nate and I were talking earlier about the proliferation of quackery, and how actively physically dangerous that is, without any legal repercussions to the people who peddle it. So there is no punishment. There is no backlash, and it's so bite-sized and digestible that it feels true, that it's very easy to make it feel true enough to not warrant research. So there is unfortunately a grain, like a kernel of truth into the answer, well, into the question of, isn't that dangerous? But it is also not democratizing of truth. And the fallacious appeal to authority is, I would say, argue, far more dangerous. Which is what the common man of this time period and prior, and for a long time coming, have to rely on. The church. And it's not like the church has done anything dangerous or wrong or directly antagonistic to people who can't read or write. So, I guess the lesser of two evils, then, in that case. So I think there will always be a place for artists like you and Brother Adic. Fuck Guy. Guy's fucking mean. I don't like you, Guy. And Brother Guy. It's kind of you to say so, Andreas, but you need not be concerned for me. I've lived a long life, and I am happy to have served the Lord. When he calls for me, I am ready. That also feels like a death flag. No. No. I don't want Piero to die. Is it lunchtime now? Ah, where's the time gone? It's already terse? I just hope when it happens, it's a Monty Python style foot crushing him. Oh no, this is something funny rather than awful. Too much talk. I must ask for forgiveness for not honoring the rule. Looks like we have more information to look at on our glossary. Until later, Andreas. Until later. Oh, his poor little hands. His poor little hands are all arthritic. No! Oh, he didn't see us. Oh, so he's the one using the... What was it? The Vola? on in here? I don't know, but I most certainly wish to find out. I also want to know what's up with this book over here. Why can I not? I want to see what he was doing. Andreas, have you no curiosity? Andreas, what was that noise? Oh, I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint onto the floor. But then Prior Fenric came in and wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed, and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. Was he was slamming books shut? Prior Fenric should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. He seemed to be in a great hurry. I think he's on edge since Baron Rothvogel arrived early. Which is why the book should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? Oh, that reminds me here. There are a few more books I've been wanting to borrow. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. Listen, I don't have any direct experience with nuns, but all of the stories that have been told to me that indicate the opposite, that anger is the only appropriate response for a nun. That's not true. I've met some very nice nuns. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not valid to want to see the work of one of the great Irish scribes? You sound angry. One who wrote masterworks that even now grace libraries at Cologne, Fulda, Mainz, whatever. No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. I do feel bad that Andreas tricked her into doing it. Wait, what's all this fuss about Lorenz Rothvogel? Why is Prior Fenric so nervous? Lorenz? I don't know. I didn't know you were familiar enough with that man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and Father Abbot have. I only know that he's purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Oh, finally, some gameplay. Well, I was hoping to work on my masterpiece, but I suppose I can help. Of course, I'll help in any way I can. Thank you, it's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I will tell you what books I'm looking for, find them, and return them to me. The first books are 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches? What? Nuremberg inches are long. What color are the covers again? Reddish. Oh, I know the ones that are among Piero's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They're not his to keep. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Piero started to make the copies. How long ago was that? 3 years. The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories, but I understand why it appeals to Piero. Ooh, this is cool. Aeneas shows his duty to the gods over his lover Dido. Do you think Aeneas' sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations. Brother Piero takes his more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. Andreas, I didn't have a choice in my vocation. Few women do. Well, surely it's not that dire. You're right, of course. Is it really that bad? Is being a woman that limiting? She's exaggerating. It's fine. How would you know? True. She knows her life better than I do. You're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. God, the art in here is stunning. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wizened crones. Like Dido, we ordinary women merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be the protagonists of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun, it is our lot. I suppose I understand why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. Now, the books, if you please. That's when someone comes in and says, women should be in the kitchen making babies, and we shoot them in the leg. And now they can never leave the kitchen. They are forced to be in the kitchen and not a woman. Alright, here's the books. Thank you. Next, Wretched Gurin? This is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I know where that one is. I like being barefoot in the kitchen. I like being barefoot. I mean, my job is full-time being in the kitchen. I didn't realize that, Carl. What kind of kitchen? What tasty morsels come out of the kitchen that you work in? You're a chef. That's awesome. And definitely not a high-stress position. At all, ever, right? Also, you should take your shoes off in the house. Yes. We are firm believers in shoes off in the house. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Aduk was reading it. He was reading it over here. Pre-COVID, I was a chef. Post-COVID, I work for a youth protection center. Really? Are you enjoying it? That's also not a high-stress job, right? I make meals for abused and neglected teen girls. That is a saint's position. And that is a... from experience, I know that is a challenging demographic to work with. A very high needs demographic to work with. They're pretty cool. I don't have to talk to them often. It's true. You the only thing you really have to do is make sure that the food is ready and that they are fed. That the ways for being fed are available. So the food is ready, tasty, and hot. Exactly. I did a stint in social work at a residential and therapeutic foster care nonprofit. And one of the demographics we served was neglected, was the same demographic, neglected and or drug addicted and or trafficked. And it's an understandably demanding line of work. The beauty of this book truly belies its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. Some trafficked and abused girls just didn't want to go too dark. No, I appreciate the consideration. And we definitely don't have to go too much further into that. There are plenty of resources for understanding what all of that entails. We don't. It belongs to Amadia Rusco of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. But as a former drug addict, I feel for them. Empathy in, even if you're not doing direct social work, empathy in those supportive roles and understanding is one of the most important things to have. So yeah. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. Tell me about it. I don't even know this one. A baby is sold to pirates, raised a servant, and then lives a life of adventure wooing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forget the best part. In the end, Geraint learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as king and dies a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should be dreaming of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. What's the harm? Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put the book down. I suppose you're right. It's better suited for knaves like me. Redemption will still be waiting for them when they put the book down. Can we rename the stream to Lusty Adventures? I don't know. Let me see if I can. Yes, we absolutely can. Give me one moment. Lusty Adventures for Knaves. Boom. Done. Yes, always, but they still must choose redemption. Should we go on sinning so grace will increase? Of course not. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes, yes. But books like this, it's all the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. And that didn't cost him any milky fuel stamps. What a rip. No. I haven't added something like that. You know what? That's not a bad idea, though. Hold on. Let me add that. Okay, so change... I have like a whole host of things that I have to implement tomorrow. Change stream name. And then I will also add update stream tags. I didn't even take a look at my tags. I don't even know what they say right now. They might say goblin violence. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Actually, where is my... Oh, we've got an ad break coming in about a minute and a half. I love that the actual Twitch window that I have open as like a backup window tells me that the ad break is incoming, but OBS doesn't. But Brooks, it is on my list. It's on my list of things to rectify. I will charge Nate stamps. All right, we got about a minute. Let's see how far we can get. Paul's words can be hard to recall when you're suffering because your station in life, and yet Paul says that women must obey men. Even the Gospels can't free us from the bondage of our place in life. We may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. I'm going to do the first one. Paul's words can be hard to recall when you're suffering because of your station in life. That is exactly when his words are most needed. But the book, Andreas, we must return it, or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? I like how this page has Christ Jesus as an example entry for more info. Like he's some unknown dude. I hate to see the brothers disappointed, but I understand. It's not my goal to deprive the brothers of their joy, but to return Ameda Rusco's property. The book, please. In case you're part of the Venn diagram of people who are interested in detailed medieval fantasy role-playing reading game, but also don't know who Jesus was. So are we in an ad break? I'm not getting an update. Well, I know you can't see ad breaks. Okay. There's only one book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick. What is it? Or I remember, I believe Brother Guy was reading. I don't... Dark red cover. What is it? The description should be sufficient. I don't know why you won't tell me, but alright, I'll find it. Oh my goodness, Nate, thank you for gifting Carl stuff. There's the ad break. You've gifted 5 subs to this channel. Your generosity is noted in the annals of time, and greatly appreciated by me. So now no one can see ads unless they're lurking or being quiet, which is understandable. But enjoy the sub, Carl. Enjoy your Torlops. I don't know why you won't tell me, but alright, I'll find it very well. Alright. Now we should be back from the ads. Oh, there it is. Now that I think about it, Guy has always been guarded about this book, like he was hiding it. Very good. Please bring it here. What is this, anyway? It's French. The soul that God touched empty of sin in the first state of grace. What is this? Why are you asking so many questions? Just give it to me. Why don't you tell me what this book is? I haven't asked so many questions. I've asked one question twice, and you haven't answered me. I have good reason not to answer you. What is this? Wait. 3 French bishops condemned the book. All copies were to be burned. Its author shared the same fate. What? Why? I don't know, Andreas. It isn't my place to question the judgment of one bishop, much less 3. And before you ask, no, I haven't read it, but I know it contains a dialogue between love and reason. Wait. In French? This wouldn't be the Poetics. The Poetics would be in Greek. I don't know what this book is. So the book is dangerous. When did the bishops condemn it? "200 years ago." What? Why? Why is this still... Why is it still here? Because Father Matthias loved books. All books. He didn't want to see it destroyed. Sounds reckless. He was right to do so. Books shouldn't be destroyed even if their content is in question. I can sympathize with him. These in-book discussions are great. Yeah, they are. I love the interaction of the characters discussing with, like, the art that's been put into the book. It's really cool. It makes what could be just otherwise kind of mindless dialogue, like standing there talking to each other, much more visually interesting. I can sympathize with him. That's fine, but Brother Matthias is gone. It's not my place to question the former abbot's decision, but when Father Gurnet learned it was in our possession, he wanted it destroyed. How did Father Gurnet even know the book was here? Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows that it's here. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. Fine, here, take it. Oof. How did Father Gurnet even know the book was here? Mother Cecilia made a note of it in the inventory when she was the librarian. Must the book be destroyed? No one even knows it's here. Well, I refuse to give it to you if all you're going to do is destroy it. Must the book be destroyed? I do. So does Mother Cecilia and Father Gurnett. Oh. I refuse to give it to you. What? Why not? What are you gonna do with it? I'm not sure. I'll hide it. Keep it safe. Read it and become a French heretic. That's not funny. I'm serious. Give me that book or our deal is forfeit. I won't tell you anything about Baron Rothvogel. Oh. Consider the sound of theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. I appeal to your duty as librarian of this abbey to not destroy this book. I propose a compromise. I will take the book from the abbey far away. Fine, take it. Consider the sound theological reasons for allowing this book to exist. More sound than condemnation from 3 bishops of Paris. All right. Ooh, this looks like fun. Okay. Would you consider Albert Magnus and Thomas Aquinas greater or lesser minds than the bishops of Paris? Logical pedantry. Hold on. Okay, persuade Illuminata. Theology background. So 3 upvotes. Okay, so I'm going to succeed in this because I have the requisite knowledge. Offer to help Illuminati enthusiastically. Redemption awaits people after reading bad books. Invoked Paul in a positive manner. And then a downvote for my logical pedantry. It says my emotes are locked still. Oh, there you go. There they are. Look at all those little emotes. Look at all the little Torlops. Enjoy your Torlops, Carl. Okay, would you consider Albertus Magnus and Thomas Aquinas greater or lesser minds than the bishops of Paris? What is your argument, Dr. Mahler? Both Albertus Magnus and Aquinas recognize the role of the intellect in allowing humans to exercise free will. Aquinas believed that it is ignorance, not knowledge, that leads to sins of the intellect. Even knowledge of heresy that corrupts the teachings of the Holy Church. Oh, he's making such a good argument. I love this. I love this. Yeah, I find sometimes I have to enter a message or two before the Substack fate. I like that mine never leave me. Are we to believe that the bishops of Paris, in comprehending the heresy of this book, lost their knowledge of the gospel? Because they would have to understand it to know that it is heretical. Are we to believe that any falsehood, no matter how alluring and comforting, can withstand the light of truth? Destroying this book will not destroy the idea of heresy. Destroying it will not place our sinners' souls closer to grace, just as reading it will not perch us on top of the precipice of damnation. That was a good argument. I'm trusting you in this, Andreas. Against my better judgment, don't make me regret this. A little too Jesus-y? I think it's Jesus. I can definitely understand that. But, I mean, goes to play Dante's Inferno. And engage in something even more Jesus-y. Admittedly, I think we've only used any variation of Jesus Christ maybe once or twice. Maybe twice so far in the game. So, I mean, there's that. But, I mean, it's 1518 Nuremberg in the Holy Roman Empire. It was always going to be Jesus Christo. Lots of Jesus Christo. Alright, don't destroy the book. Now then, Baron Rothvogel. Quickly, though, I need to finish up here soon. Okay, you said he buys books from the Abbey. What kinds? How long has he been visiting the Abbey? He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. He mentioned finding a copy of Historia to say. He said it had some scandalous details in it. She may only have time to answer one question, so I should choose carefully. kinds of books. I should stream Dante's Inferno. That game's fucking dark. I should. Speaking of EA's Dante's Inferno, I know it's one that Brooks has brought up. And I did recently watch like the animated adaptation done by EA, like the animated movie, and that was wild. It was a surprisingly good adaptation. Like they did a good job. So I don't know. Maybe I will. I know Brooks has recommended it specifically to Nate. But maybe I'll play it instead. Okay, you said he buys books from the Abbey. How long has he been visiting the Abbey? Okay, I can axe off how long has he been visiting the Abbey. He's going to have been visiting this for years and years. His family patrons this Abbey. So I don't care about that question. He seemed unusually friendly with me. I don't understand it, honestly. I don't care about that either, and it's not even a question. He's looking for someone new to talk to. Someone educated. I pre-ordered it, so I have Dante's action figure with posable death sight. That's really cool. The movie's pretty close to the game. Okay, so I have basically an understanding that the first boss that you encounter is Chiron. Not Chiron. Oh, is it Chiron? The boatman? The ferryman? You should totally post a picture of it, Brooks. Karen. Thank you. He mentioned finding a copy. He said it had some scandalous details in it. What, that this used to be a pagan region? Like, that wouldn't... I am leaning towards... You said he buys books from the Abbey. What kinds? Because that's information that she would specifically have record of, and I necessarily wouldn't have access to. He would probably ultimately tell me about the Historia to say... Oh, that's right, Chiron. Chiron's the centaur, the god of the demigod of the river. That was his name. I don't even remember the context for this. I was trying to remember the name of the centaur, and I couldn't remember it. And it's freaking Chiron. What kinds? Why, are you angling to get Baron as a patron someday? Well, I'm not sure. I suppose I'm just curious. There's no shortage of books and artists in the big cities. So why patronize an outdated abbey in its dying scriptorium? Yes. Our library has managed to retain a curious selection of books, in large part thanks to the permissiveness of our abbots and librarians. The Baron has particular interest in books on magic and other occult topics. Ooh! As does our prior, though I suspect the Baron's interest may be more experimental than academic. Ooh. Okay, this is beginning to sound more and more like the name of the rose. And I mistyped it with, Karen with an extra R. I'm pretty big geek. I'm pretty big on Greek mythology. That's awesome. Greek mythology is one that I used to know way more about. So if more Greek comes up in here, Carl, I'm putting you on the spot. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you a heads up. I do not remember as much Greek as I would have liked to. I've got a copy of... Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Oh, I have a copy of... Oh, here it is. Okay. The Larry's Book of Greek Myths. And it's illustrated. It's really cool. I'll post a picture of it later. When I was younger, I don't think I've told you this, Nate. Play Hades. I'm going to bed, so great luck with that. Well, get some sleep. Get some rest, ultimately. I don't think I've told you this, Nate, but when I was much younger, I did a few years where I did a classics education at one of the local Catholic high schools, And there was a Greek year, a Roman year, and an Egyptian year. So that was pretty cool. And it was really weird going to Catholic high school for a hot second. Homer is the Odyssey. Posted my Dante figure to the Discord. Excellent. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. I routinely make demands of Brooks to post cool things. Pictures of stuff that he has. Play Hades. I'm gonna grind the hell out of that. I haven't played Hades. I do own it. The art looks amazing. Maybe I'll play it here at some point. I love. Yes, I own it. Not what? I own Hades. I haven't played it yet. Listen. Do not make threats. Do not threaten me. Anyways, okay. I'll get there. I have an extraordinarily large backlog. I have like 12 Assassin's Creed games to play. Also, at the Sketchy Cougar, did you see the book I got? No. I don't think I did, but I haven't been on Discord a whole lot today. If it was recent. Recent as in the last 36 hours. Also in the Discord above Dante. Okay. I will take a look at it towards stream end. So do we all. Anyways, I'm procrastinating. Good night. Have a good night. Tell Ari I said good night. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping me company in it. And I hope you get a lot of utility out of the Torlops. Okay. A dangerous error in judgment. Farnick has been on edge since he heard that the Baron arrived. Could that be why? Is that normal, monks having an interest in the occult? I can't blame them. Magic is a fascinating subject. I haven't used my occult knowledge yet. No problem, Duty. You try to... Haha, Duty. TY again for the Torlops. Another thing I need to go... It is Garage Bad Dream Adventure, an excellent point-and-click adventure game that I highly recommend. It was the first big game that I sort of played on here to completion. I absolutely recommend it. And Torlop is just a weird little guy in there. Okay. A dangerous error in judgment. Well, I mean, that would be a logical reason why he would be on edge. Dangerous error in judgment. There is much to learn from texts on astrology, theurgy, even necromancy, but reading is not practice. I'll assume that your interests go no further than what's on the written page. Faith can inure anyone against corrupting ideas, but reading such texts is dangerous. Not that it is my place to judge either the prior or the baron, of course. If you say so, you seem to say that often after judging people. Is that a joke or simply an observation? In any case, I understand that it is a flaw that I must correct. Well, I must be off to mass. Thank you again for your help, Andreas. I suppose you'll be leaving via the crypt? Oh, that's right, because we found the secret door down there. I don't know why you're poking around down there like a grave robber, but that entrance isn't for you. One of the lords of the old keep must have had it built to escape in times of siege. It allows the sisters to access the library without distracting the brothers. There is a chance that while we are walking, we may accidentally show our ankles, and that would be quite distracting. Please do not abuse this knowledge. Of course not, sister. Maybe I could abuse it a little. Of course not. Of course. Thank you. I appreciate your discretion. Good day, Andreas. God be with you. Sext. That's the bell for sex. The brothers will be sitting down for dinner soon. I should see if Otto is around and still wants to eat with me. I think he's working by the guest house below the Abbey. Dinner with Otto and Endris. Alright. First off. Oh my god, I've got so much to catch up. Okay. Clara kindly gave me some food for dinner. I should see if Otto and Endris are around. Otto is working below the Abbey between the guest house and the Abbot's house. Okay. Alright, we've got updates here. Okay. Sister Illuminata of Perugia, librarian and future prioress of Curacao Abbey. Sister Illuminata is responsible for the context of Curacao's library, and she oversees the work of Sister Zdena, who will one day take her place. Illuminata is known for her great intelligence and expansive education. I mean, she knows a lot. And not even for just a woman at the time. She just knows a lot. Alright. Brother Guy of Dijon mustard. Dijon these nuts. Okay. A Burgundian scribe. Brother Guy is respected for his swift hand, but generally disliked for his mean-spirited and two-faced sycophantic behavior. Father Gurna entrusts Guy with writing the abbot's most important documents. He must have beautiful handwriting. Okay, that seems to be it. Alright, Glossary, though, has some more stuff. Okay, Retrigurin, an Italian chivalric romance written by Andrea de Barberino. Barberino. We'll get there. In the early 15th century, the titular character rises from impoverished origins to go on heroic adventures and discover his noble parentage. Originally published as a manuscript, it enjoyed greater success as a printed book. Hey, Sun and Showers! Congratulations on redeeming first. I can't remember which streams have meme first redeems. That's okay. Okay. The Prince Bishop of Freising, religious and secular ruler of scattered territories in the Holy Roman Empire, including the lands containing Tassing and Curacao Abbey. Okay. Every first redeem is a meme. It's true. Okay, 6. Monastic hour corresponding to noon. One of the little hours of prayer followed by dinner. Okay, and then Terce. A monastic hour corresponding to 9 a.m. One of the little hours of prayer. Terce precedes Mass and the chapter meeting. And the Rule. Okay, the Rule of St. Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 6th century, the Rule provides the principles for living a monastic life. Okay, Indermauer, a prominent family of the Swiss Confederacy and Austria. Oh, okay, so it's a last name. Lugano, highly contested Swiss market town located in the southwestern Alps. The Dukes of Como and Milan fought for control over it until it was claimed by the Swiss Confederation in 1513. Okay. And then Mainz, located on the Rhine River. Mainz is the home of the Archbishop of Mainz, an elector of the Holy Roman Empire and Primus Germanae, for Germany, probably. The Pope substitute north of the Alps. Okay. Oh my god, we had so much dumped on us all at once. My first redeem was a song. Nate is a cutthroat game of chicken for those sweet, sweet card packs. Okay, where is Torla from and why do I feel like I should know? Yeah, Nate's got you on that one. I'm still in a funk, but at least it's less funky. I am glad that the funk is lessening, son. Point and click. Yep, point and click from the 90s. It went through kind of an interesting... It's still around for interesting reasons. It was a Japanese-only release. It is not in Japanese. it has been translated through through the means of the internet and people who wanted to see it survive. Yep, thanks, translator teams, who did it as a work of love. All right, the Aeneid, a poetic epic telling of the legend of Aeneas, a heroic Trojan who struggles to reconcile his personal desires with his destiny to found Rome. It was written in the 1st century BC by the Roman poet Virgil. Hey, speaking of Virgil, Dante and the Inferno. Okay, Albertus Magnus is a renowned 13th century Dominican theologian, philosopher, astrologer, and bishop of Regensburg. A prolific writer, he was known as primarily for his work on Aristotle and his knowledge of natural science. Okay, and then we've got Cologne, a large, powerful, free imperial city on the river Rhine. It is a major hub for commerce between Italy and the Netherlands. It is also a popular site for pilgrims, as its cathedral contains relics of the 3 wise men represented as crowns on their arms. Chronica Clara, the Clear Chronicle, a history of the universe from creation to 1082, written by the Irish monk Marianus Scotus. And then Divine Reading. Lectio Divina is the thoughtful reading of and meditation on Scripture. The practice leads to prayer and contemplation. It is a daily part of life in Benedictine communities. Did I do it? Did I read them all? I did it. I read them all. Whew! There was something that I was going to look... Oh, Book of Hours. I wanted to look up what a Book of Hours is. Hold on. What is a Book of Hours? A Book of Hours are Christian prayer books in which were used to pray the canonical hour. Oh, okay. All right. Manuscripts known as Books of Hours were among the most widely produced and used during the Middle Ages. These decorated prayer books not only structured time for their readers over a day, a year, a lifetime, but their creation reveals an increasing demand for private and personalized Christian devotion, which is what primarily a lot of these rich families are paying these old monastic orders to produce for their families. Or maybe there was no team, maybe it was just one day in English, like a ghost in the machine. Like it wants to drag souls deep in the twisting, rusted halls of its harrowing tale of identity and fishing. Spooky indeed. Extraordinarily spooky. Alright, where am I going? I am trying to get the hell out of here. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Whee! Whee! Though I guess I could go to the, what is it, the refectory where people are eating. But I don't think I should be in. I'm curious though, because someone's going to be reading. Yeah, funny to imagine how they had to deal with scheduling things during the day before any timekeeping technology. Exactly. It's like a Book of Hours is literally the only way they had to tell time. This doorway. No, that's the garden. There we go. That's fine. That'll do. Look at them all. Nobody's reading. Oh, he's over here by himself. Hello. God give you health. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Gurnet, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. Good day, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. God bless you, Andreas. I'm just walking down this line, just sneezing. God bless you, Andreas. Good day, Andreas. Is that how I know who likes me and who doesn't? My God, get me out of here. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Ponies. Martin, what the hell are you doing here? Go away, Andreas. Can't you see I'm busy? Not really. What are you doing? I thought we could have a pleasant conversation. I thought we could have a pleasant conversation for once. Why do I want that? I got so many better things to do. Oh, this guy's such a dick. I'm only trying to be friendly, Martin. Why? Because I like you, Martin. You seem like a good kid at heart. Our church and faith tells us to love our neighbor. It's the principle of it. That's a question I keep asking myself. One thing I know is that there's an interesting account about a monastery that caught fire. The author wrote about the brothers going to the clock to help put the fire out, and that's because it was a water clock. that I have to admit, I did stop there for a second, like, going to the clock. That's a question I keep asking myself. What? Never mind, you wouldn't understand. I'm not stupid. Everyone can stop acting like I'm stupid. You're all assholes. Just go away, I'm busy. Well, would you like to join Otto, Endress, and me for dinner? You know what, Andreas? I don't want to eat supper with you fucking lot of old farts. Oh my god! This kid! Alright. Fine. And this has been today's episode of Weird Thing That Brooks Knows. Thank you for attending. And we are all happy to have been in attendance. What the fuck is Martin doing here? I want to go in the guest house. I want to snoop around. Hold on, I'm busy. Hello, Miklaus. God be with you, Andreas. Okay. Goodbye. Alright, time for lunch. Good day, Master Mahler. Ah, Andreas, good to see you. I trust Clara gave you my message. Afternoon, and Endress, Otto, Clara did give me your message. Sorry I missed you this morning. I was still asleep when you came by. Ah, the abbot really lets you get away with anything, doesn't he? Leave him be, Otto. I'm hungry. Let's pray. On the ground. Bless us, our Lord, and these your gifts which we are about to receive from your bounty. Through Christ our Lord. Amen. Rub-a-dub-dub. Let's eat some grub. How did the morning treat you? I've had a bad morning. Barely got anything done. My neck's aching anyway. Nah, how did the morning treat you? Not too bad. I burnt my damn hand splitting the timber. I hurt my hand splitting the damn timber to replace a bad beam in the abbot's house. Well, that sucks. Eat the almonds. It's not that bad of an injury. It just galls me that the abbot bleeds us dry and we're expected to do the work here when it suits him. Ooh, sheep's milk cheese. Yummy. Oh, it's not all that bad. I get a lot of good work from the abbey. Casting pilgrim's badges isn't really smithing, but I don't mind. Did the order I ate that in matter? Anyway, I saw you walking with the Baron Rothvogel in the meadow on your way up here. What's all that about? Okay, what's that all about? He's here to check on my on a commission. I understand he was friendly with Father Matthias. I think he may be here to pressure Brother Pierre to finish the manuscript he's working on. As far as I can tell, he's come to terrorize the people of Tassing and Carousel. He's come to terrorize them. He's here to check on a commission. He was, though Father Matthias had some misgivings about the Baron. What kind of misgivings? That he fools around with young women. He's married, of course. Otto, that's only gossip, and it isn't Christian to spread rumors like that. It's not gossip that he beat up that farmer a few years back. Old Ranning, may he rest in peace. Really? Is that why... Oh, that must be why the widow Ranning is wicked pissed. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know. But if he did that, yes, it speaks poorly of his character. We had a long conversation on our way up here, but he didn't mention anything about that. He beat someone? That doesn't sound like the sort of thing he would do. Nah, he just didn't bring it up. What did you talk about then? I mean, no offense, but what does a nobleman have in common with an artist? Talk to me about my work. He's fascinated by art and books. Martin Luther, my time at university, a variety of other things. He's quite well educated. He could sense my inherent moral quality, Otto. Right, St. Andreas in the flesh. As if a rich bastard like him has any sense of virtue. This bitterness and envy are not good for our Christian souls, Otto. It's not envy, Endris. No one should get away with what he does. What this abbey does. No offense to you, Andreas. I don't have any problem with the books the abbey makes. I mean, I never did learn to read, but if people are paying the abbey to make them, it doesn't bother me. No, I understand. I see why people resent the abbot's rule. He's a harsh lord. I think you're being unfair. The abbey does tassing a lot of good, more than you realize. The church is supposed to be our shepherd. When they act as our lords, it's hard to see how they're helping us. Otto, did you see that the Bauer sheep escaped the grazing fields again? No, but I'm not surprised. Martin was supposed to fix the fence, and he probably did a bad job at it. He's always in a foul mood, and he could be the laziest soul in Tassing. He can't even hold a hammer properly. Married and a father at such a young age, and he barely lifts a finger for his wife or child. On top of that, he's a damned thief. And before you say it, Endris, that's more than just gossip. Look at him over by the guest house. He's probably figuring out what he can steal with the least amount of effort. I admit he seemed less than helpful when I saw him this morning. He's a born shirker, sure enough. I know one when I see one. He's just a boy. He still has time to change. Nah, I know a dick when I see one. Especially when you look in a mirror. Speaking of our sheep, their ewes are shorn and the women will be spinning it soon. Otto. I got it, Endris. No need to tease. What God wants to happen will happen. I don't know what that exchange was. Unless it's a joke about spinning yarns. Looks like storm's coming. We should probably get back to it. Right. I'll catch up in a moment, Endris. I still don't know which arm is the dick arm when looking at an octopus myself. Oh, Andreas. Say hello to Eva for me. If you get a chance. Eva, huh? Well chosen, Otto. Andreas, don't. Just tell her hello for me and keep out of it. You're the one involving me in your courtship. I didn't ask to be your messenger. Fine, I'll tell her. Nonus. Time to get back to work because it is raining. What? Still being an ass. Oh. Why is the watch here? God bless you, Andreas. Hello, Brother Matthew. What are you doing out here? I thought you were aware that in addition to my role as Kersau's sacrist, I tend to the shrine of St. Moritz. He is the patron of Tassing and Kersau both, so it is my duty to ensure his reliquary is well cared for. The shrine is always beautifully kept. Whenever I visit, I always leave inspired. The martyrdom of St. Moritz provides inspiration to us all. You are familiar with the life of St. Moritz, are you not? Unfortunately, I did not... Okay, I've been so focused on my master read, I never had a moment to learn about it. I'm afraid I don't make a habit of learning about every saint I come across. There are quite a few of them, even by this time. Unfortunately, I didn't learn about that university. Though he may not be well known in the church, St. Moritz is both Tassing and Curaçao's patron saint. You ought to learn something about him while you're here. By all means. St. Moritz is most widely known for his martyrdom at the hands of the Romans. He protected a town of Christians from slaughter, and in turn, he and his legion were decimated. What do you mean his legion? Wouldn't that mean he was a Roman soldier? Yes, he was a Roman citizen and led a legion made up entirely of Christians into Bavaria. When he refused to kill the Christians, even though they were traitors to Rome, the emperor had his legion massacred. Most of the pilgrims who visit come knowing only this, if anything, about his life. However, Tassing venerates St. Moritz because he was the one to convert the town and save it from its destruction. Okay, save it from destruction. Blah, blah, blah. I've been hearing about some of the pagan history of this town. There are some in Tassing who still cling to the pagan traditions, yes. God save them. St. Moritz and his legion were snowed into the pass, and the pagan townsfolk refused to aid them. The daughter of the town's leader, Satia, was moved in spirit and snuck from the town to convert. She led Moritz to a spring, and as soon as she was baptized, the snow melted, revealing all manner of fruits. Moritz and his legion were saved by these miraculous gifts, the town was converted, and the rebels fled into the mountains. Well, Satia also got canonized. Didn't she? How did Moritz end up here in Tassing? That all sounds a bit far-fetched. What happened to Satia? She, too, was martyred for her faith by the rebels inhabiting the town. Now her shrine protects Tassing from harm. What an astounding story. Thank you for the history lesson. You're welcome, Master Mahler. God bless you. Again, many times over. Bless you, you heathen knave. It's Carl. Oh, hello, Andreas. Hello, Carl. You seem to be busier than usual today. I'm behind in my work. I went up to the shrine of St. Moritz this morning to pray for his aid. The candle I lit had all but burned away. I was there so long. Now I need to catch up. Do you go to the shrine often? Your dedication to St. Moritz is impressive. If I'm ever in a church that long, I must have fallen asleep. You here often? I usually go every autumn for a good harvest. Now that Helena's pregnant, I've tried to go pray every week. Her mother had trouble in childbirth, so I've been paying visits to Moritz Hand and Satia Shrine to pray for their aid. Now, if the saints hear your prayers, you're better off preparing for the child and praying to the saints. You really think the saints will hear you? I don't want to be a dick. Thank you, Andreas. So do I. I can't talk to the watch. See, he's got such a pretty voice. Cloister, crypt, tower, dormitory. Old Bailey. And to the scriptorium. Fairnix here. Brother Adok, this work. I don't know where to start. Inconsistent spacing, rough strokes. You're working like you want to see this place closed. Brother Prior, I am working to the best of my abilities, and I dispute your criticism. I may not be fast, but I still have my talent, praise be to God. And Brother Guy, why are you still on this page? What's wrong with you? Normally you're so reliable. Many apologies, Brother Prior. I will work harder. Piero, I can't believe this. Baron Rothvogel has come to check on progress, and this is all you have? You should have finished this months ago. Is your mind so corrupted by age that you didn't notice the seasons have changed? Wow, rude. Well, you're not the one who will have to answer for it, so why should you care? Typical. God, shut up, Fenrir. Stop taking out your frustrations on an old man. Excuse me, Prior Fenrir. I believe your point is made. Andreas, I will remind you that I am the master of the scriptorium, and you are a guest here. I agree, Brother Prior. Brother Pierre's work is unacceptably slow. Do you just want to do all of it, guy? You are insufferable, Brother Guy. Oh, God, give me the patience to endure this. Please, everyone, this is my work, and I accept responsibility for it. Prior Ferenic is right. And then Rothvogel comes in. Prior Fenric, is this mine? It must be, yes? It is, my lord. I can No, I don't want excuses. I've come all this way, and I have to be honest. I expected more. It's nowhere near finished, and the style is, well, it's very old-fashioned. I thought I'd made my desires clear. I feel like my generosity towards Curacao is being taken advantage of. Am I the fool in this sad story? No, of course not, my lord. Never. We can fix this, of course. Of course. We only want to accommodate you. Ah, Andreas, good to see you again. How should I respond to this? The abbot already seems annoyed. Just nod, don't irritate the abbot. Simply addressing him as my lord would be appropriate. Greet him with his Christian name. You are brothers and comrades in art. Saint Grobian is going to get me killed. I think a simple addressing would be. It acknowledges him respectively without being overly familiar. I mean, we only just met. My lord. Father Gurnet, why not have Andreas complete the rest of the illustrations? He's clearly capable. Well, my lord, why not have Brother Guy complete it if speed is your concern? No. I'm not talking about the script. That's fine, but the art. The illustrations. I want Andreas to do the others. Of course. I mean, if Andreas is alright with it. Oh, man. If it takes the pressure off Brother Pierre, I'd be delighted to complete the work. I am trying to finish my masterpiece at the moment. I will do what I have to do. If it takes some pressure off of Piero. There we have it. I hope this allays your concerns, my lord. Excellent. By the way, Father Abbot, am I still welcome at your table for supper? Naturally, my lord. Wonderful. I'd like Andreas to join us. My lord, I've already made supper plans with the Drucker family in town. I don't like this. Yeah, but they're gonna be at the same time. And I don't want to just say nothing. Look at these two smug frickin' faces. Look at the two of them. But I also... My lord, I've already made supper plans with the Drucker family in town. Nonsense. You can eat with them any day. I'm only here for the evening. Well, it didn't go bad. Well, that would be quite unusual. Unusual or not, I doubt that my good friend, the Prince Bishop, would deny an additional guest at his table. What do you think? I understand. Yes, you're right, of course. Andreas may join us for supper. I look forward to it. Shit. You had this planned. What? planned. You must have put your hook in the Baron this morning when you ambushed him in town. Oh, go to hell, Fernick. Are you mad at me? I'm trying to help. This is beyond ridiculous. Why are you mad at me? Brother Prior, Andreas is not to blame for any of this. I am. Yes, you are, and you've embarrassed me, the abbot, and the abbey. Prior Fenric is right. Of course, no wonder we don't get more commissions. Guy, can you stop flattering the prior for 1 minute? You're so insincere and you're so obvious about it, Guy. If anyone is the embarrassment here, it's you, Fernick. Or say nothing. Brothers! If you please, Sister Zdena and I prefer it if you would keep the noise down. Sounds like Samson slaying the Philistines in here. Of course. Get back to work, everyone. Well, that was not wonderful, but there's nothing to be done about it now. I'll finish my work here, wash up the lavatory for supper at the abbot's table. Time for Vespers. I want to run to the Drucker farm and be like, I'm sorry guys, I can't be there. Oh, I can look at this now. I wonder what Prior Fenric was doing with this book. From the Library of the University of Five Churches, the Hungarians call it Hex. That's where Fenric is from. Doctor of Theology, Georg of Gran. Friend of his? Did Fenric steal this? A text on astronomy, it looks like. I'm not familiar with it. Sloppy bookhand couldn't have been produced by an abbey of note. Bastard script. Burgundian. Flemish. Not from here and not recently. Some edits. Andreas is really approaching the medieval dream equivalent of rock and roll all night and party every day. He's got a lot going on. Okay, that's definitely Fernic's handwriting between the lines and in the margins. Is he noting the text for the University of Pex? Is he noting the text for personal use? Is he noting the text for the benefit of future readers? In any case, it's a thorough commentary. This is not... Hold on, 1, 2, 3... This is the Zodiac. Oh! It's for his little decryption tool. What's this? It looks scribbled, not Fernic to be sloppy, and he didn't even blot the ink dry. Libra, Capricorn, Aries, all astrological symbols. What's written below? Greek. Maybe I should have learned Greek at some point. I can't make any sense of it. Okay, wait. The Volvel I found also has Greek letters on it. They must be connected somehow. The outer ring of the Volvel is marked with the alchemical symbols, but this cipher has astrological symbols. There's something I'm missing. I suppose I'll figure it out in due time. But I'll copy this down to reference later. Smart boy! Were we done with that? What about the stuff on the other side? I want to know what this is. Is it a well? It's all Greek to me. It's true. It is. It's so much Greek. The amount of Greek is overwhelming. Am I even going the right way? Hold on. Yes. Into the cloister. Into the refractor. Should I wash my... Oh, that's right. I have to wash my hands. It's very important that I wash my hands. In 1518. Oh, Piero.
I'm so glad you're joining us for supper, though the circumstances are unusual, to be sure. I won't be able to speak with you. None of the brothers will, but it will be good to have you with us. That's a shame. I always enjoy our talks. Now, the same doesn't apply to you at the abbot's table. You can talk all you like, though I wouldn't recommend it. Father Abbot does not look kindly on idle chatter. I'm going to make a fool of myself. These men are far above my station. I wish you could take my place, Brother Piero. You deserve the honor. Supper with an abbot and a nobleman. I could get used to this. You deserve the honor. Anyway, I'm sorry for how the prior treated you. It's not fair. It's humiliating. Oh, no, my son. There's no need to worry about me or my pride. And we all need a taste of humility from time to time. Keep our feet on this earth. No, Andreas, you are my pride. I cannot claim to have taught you much, but I am proud to have known you and your worth. He's so sweet. And that's all the Greek my phone has access to. Thank Maths. Well done, phone. I love Piero. And when you leave all of us at Curacao Abbey behind, you can call upon your friend Lorenz, the Baron Rothvogel, to help you in your career. He's wrong, you know. Fernick is wrong about you being slow. There's nothing wrong with your style. It's not old just because a nobleman says so. Don't trouble yourself over it. Time passes for us all. Things change. The future will right over the present. You need not fear it, any of it, so long as you remain true to yourself and God. I'm going to be so mad when people start dying. I know. We've got death flags for Lawrence, for Piero, potentially for Adic. But I think it's more likely that it's either going to be probably not the abbot, but maybe the prior. I don't know. We'll see. Now I must hurry to the refectory to join my brothers. I will see you inside. His poor little arthritic hands. Alright, I've washed my hands. And by washed, I mean lazily rinsed off. Okay, hold on. Before we go in there, I do have junk in my trunk. Okay. Sex, hour 11. Lunch is done. It's nice catching up with Otto and Endris, but it's about time I head back to the scriptorium to work on the Book of Hours. Lauren's invited me to eat at the abbot's table. I'm not sure I'm welcome, but I can't refuse the invitation. I should wash up at the lavatorium in the cloister and then join the brothers in the refectory. Klaus is going to be annoyed that I'm missing dinner with the Druckers. Again. Alright, Helena Pfeifferin, wife of Karl, mother of Anton. Alright. Karl Pfeiffer, husband of Helena, father of Anton, known for his boldness and his signature hat spoon. If only all of us could be as fashionably forward. Alright, that's everything there. And now we've got some glossary words. Okay, Bavaria. Powerful duchy in the southeastern Holy Roman Empire. It is east of Swabia and north of Tyrol. Tossing and Curacao sit in the extreme south of the duchy near the border with Tyrol. And that's it. Blissfully short this time. Alright. Andreas, glad you could join us. Thank you, my lord. It's so quiet. Father Gernot, Father Thomas, Prior Fernick. Simon Peter answered, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." Oh, the Gospel of Matthew. Wonderful. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but my Father in heaven. And I tell you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades will not overcome it." Have you read Matthew much, Andreas? Yes, I studied it extensively while I was in university, pursuing my theology doctorate. Yes, somewhat. Nod, shake head. They're all staring at me. I want to use my knowledge, but I also don't want to upset too many people right now, because I'm not supposed to be here. Nod. I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Whatever you bind on this earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Then he ordered his disciples not to tell anyone that he was the Messiah. Whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven. That reminds me, Father Gurnet, have you read anything by Martin Luther? Whew. We're just gonna jump into it. I can't say that I... He has some incredible ideas about the church. Brilliant, I think. Oh my god. Look at Matthew all the way. Look at everyone. Oh no, it's an ad break. I'll wait. Jeez. Look at everyone's face. He just came out right with it. Man. But I guess a nobleman wouldn't necessarily care. 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back from Ad Hell. Look at the shocked face of you. I know, his just wide-eyed stare. I mean, everybody's face in this is so well done. Like, you look at everyone and you know immediately what they're feeling about this particular line of dialogue. I know I said this last stream, but I think it was such a cool move to illustrate the Ethiopian monk in the style of Ethiopia at that time for the Holy Roman Empire, because it looked very different. And so to have illustrated him differently was such a neat idea. 95 Theses, Theses nuts. If I expected anyone to say Theses nuts, it would be I don't know. Definitely no one in this room. My lord, is the meal to your liking? I believe I remember you enjoying our quail on your last visit. The quail? My god, Father Abbot, the quail's fine, but don't you think Luther's ideas are worth discussing? He's talking about the future of the church, shaking things up in a way I don't think we've seen before. Father Thomas, you see value in his ideas, do you not? I am going to vomit. My lord, I mean no offense, but I do not. Brother Matthew, yes? How appropriate. What are your thoughts on Luther's attacks on the church's sales of indulgences? Or sale of indulgences, whatever. Theses Pieces? Reese's Pieces. Ooh, I think a little chocolate goes a long way, son. Baron, please do not involve the other brothers in this conversation. Fine. Oh, no. What about Andreas? Certainly a man who attended the same university as Martin Luther can spare some thoughts on his work. He's really putting me on the spot. He's putting me in a really difficult position. There's a lot of theology to talk about. Maybe Father Gernot would appreciate that. Why not join the debate? It may bring everyone closer to understanding truth. I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. To hell with the abbot. If he can't handle a little criticism, he isn't fit to sit at the fancy table. While I agree, it's like, here's the thing. Part of you, it's like a theologian wants to be like, this is discussion of theology. Certainly, monastic orders would be interested in having this discussion. And monastic orders did have very structured debates on the future of the church. Like very specific, like I know this is a work of fiction, but the name, and as I've brought it up multiple times at this point, but the parallels are so, oh my God, Tuttle, Angry Tuttle, welcome in. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in, Raiders. I'm the Sketchy Cougar. I'm playing Pentiment. There's a lot of reading and a lot of theology and stuff. But it has been a fascinating, beautiful game. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's get a shouty outy for Angry Tuttle. Not just an Angry Tuttle, the Angry Tuttle. Yeah, welcome to the most interesting game you've never heard of. Thank you so much, Nate, for the shout out. I hope you enjoy a lively debate over the sale of indulgences by the church. Welcome in, Egg. Welcome in, Foon. It's good to see you guys. How's Fallout New Vegas going? You're several streams into that game, right? So I presume you're enjoying it. That which is why I bring it up. But how was stream? Tell me all about it. It's going well. I've been playing it for 100 years. I wasn't going to say 100 years, but I have seen you playing it quite a bit. I'm glad that it's going well. Fallout is on my list of highly recommended games to play, series of games to play. Oh, that's good. But yes, so this does have a very direct connection to New Vegas, actually. Wait, Pentiment does? I'm doing all the DLC, so it's taking... Oh, okay. Yeah. Since they're both from Obsidian. This is an Obsidian game. This is an extraordinary work of love. This is only the second stream into it. I'm into it. Yesterday, there was effectively no gameplay. It was all expository. We are playing as Andreas, a journeyman painter who is working through his apprenticeship at a kind of isolated Benedictine monastery. Said he heard rumblings that it's good. So far, it's been absolutely gorgeous, and I love it. It's a 10 out of 10 so far, and I absolutely recommend everybody playing it. Yes. But so yeah, we're Andreas. He's working in the scriptorium here. He's already kind of viewed as an outsider by the monks who are here, who also work in the scriptorium. The abbey is kind of fallen into disrepute, and its patroning nobleman, Lawrence Rothvogel, has decided to stop in early on a work that he's commissioned, and we're sitting at the table, and he's putting me in a really tight spot. Because normally monks don't talk at dinner, but Lorenz and I are obviously not monks. And now he's sort of pressing everyone about their opinions on the 95 Theses that Martin Luther has famously hammered into a church door. Because it is 1518, and that is a recent event. And he's trying to drag me into it. And nothing may happen to Lorenz because of it, but something might happen to me. So I'm struggling with how to answer this, but that's the update on this. And there's some shady happenings about, there will be a murder. Who it is, I have no idea. I have a feeling we're going to find out after dinner. We're going to wake up the next morning and someone's dead. There's a lot of theology to talk about, but Father Gurnett would appreciate it. So the problem I have with answering that way is because just because someone is a practicing leader of a church doesn't mean that they like discussions or debates on their theology, especially over dinner with everyone present. Why not join in? Socrates, my brain Socrates, wants me to join in. My brain Saint Grobian, who yesterday over last stream we discovered is kind of like a Loki character for the church. He's a Oh, I'm at a loss for the word. What's the word? He's there to poke fun at authority. He's like a jester. My brain jester. So my brain Socrates and my brain jester. And then the great desire to be quiet. This sounds so involved. I love games that have a ton of lore. There's a ton in here. It's been a lot of reading. I wore my voice out on Monday a little bit. It's a lot of lore. It's a lot of history. It's a lot of mythology. But that being said, it does a really good job being very concise with the information that it presents. It's only the important stuff, and it's only a couple of sentences. It has nothing to do with this game. Have you ever thought about playing Hypnospace Outlaw? Yes, and I forgot to add that. You've recommended that to me before, and I don't have that on my recommendation list. Hold on, let me write this down. Hypnospace Outlaw. It's from the Angry Tuttle. Okay. I always add the qualifier to the front of your name, Tuttle. Because there can only be, like, the one Angry Tuttle. It's like the Highlander. Ugh. There can only be one. So the short answer to your question is yes. I have, and I don't remember what game I was playing that that you originally recommended it on. It was a trippy. I thought it was a trippy game. Maybe it was after Garage. Was it after Garage? Crap, I don't remember. But you have recommended it to me before, and now I've got it on my recommendation list. So there we go. Aha! Like I say, always bet on Socrates. Socrates was executed with hemlock. Look at all these turtles. I love it. I love it. But I do think that I don't want to just choose the boring option of I need to be quiet. I don't know what else to do. Because that's a very weak response. Goopy Turtle is great. All the turtles are great. I even like the freaky walking one. That turtle haunts my dreams. Yes, but the bro was so dedicated to society that he wouldn't even let his students break him out. That's true. And what is up, Blasticator? Okay, I had to stop and read it. What is up? Slash? Question mark? Slash maybe. Confused? Definitely. I just love a super cursed tunnel. But welcome in. Oh, you came in from Tuttle's raid. It's good to have you. I hope you enjoy this. Why not join in? Honestly, the Socrates answer is the best one we can go for. I don't know what else to do. Because the abbot would be furious with me, that's why. I thought you were referring to Slash. He's pretty derpy. Oh, okay. Never mind. I follow now. Got it. Okay, yes, I have some thoughts. There's a great deal of theological merit to Luther's work. I'm going to get killed. Well, welcome in. It's so good to have you. And hopefully I said Blasticator right. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles character? A debate. Excellent. Why not start with the 95 Theses? I'm going to get murdered. Enough! Or the guitarist. Andreas, you should know better. I should know better. Please don't kill me. Lord Rothvogel, you are a guest and held in high esteem, but you have worn out my patience. You will not be discussing Luther's work with Andreas, Thomas, Matthew, or with any other brother. Is that clear? I suppose, Father. It is your abbey, but you're taking too much offense at this, and you're far too afraid of change. Whether it's from Luther or someone else, reform is coming to the church. You had better accept it. What? Oh man, I love the ink splatter. Like someone pressing too hard with a quill to emphasize his outrage. Worse than murdered, excommunicated. Or worse, expelled. Neither you nor Martin Luther dictate change to the Holy Church on their whim. This is talk beyond insulting. It's blasphemous. Outrageous. How dare you? I see. I have overstepped my bounds, and I suppose I have ruined everyone's supper. My apologies. I should have stayed quiet. In spite of this unpleasantness, I will make good on my manuscript payment and the donation of my copy of the Historia to say. If you cannot accept what the future will bring, perhaps it is time for you to come to terms with your past. Well, no need to overstay my welcome. Fathers, brothers, Andreas. Good night. He did. And he's not asking questions I don't think his character is asking questions out of malice. He didn't seem to come off that way. But not everyone is interested in engaging in theological debate. And realistically, he did, this is not the time or place to do that. Especially when the church has such a chokehold over its followers and ensuring that people stay in line. Because debate can be so easily interpreted as being undermining. So I think the worst we can accuse Lorenz of right now is not reading the room. Mince pie yes, obviously mince pie is the time when we engage in theological discourse. That is the time over dinner. Why, Andreas, why did you engage him? I expect better of you. Now then, I must ask you leave so I can speak with the brothers to the brothers in chapter privately. Brother Piero, please accompany Andreas out. Piero's going to be so upset with me. I will take my leave as well. Good night. This was a bad dinner. Oh no. Don't worry about Father Gurnet and the Baron. I'm sure it will be fine I'll be fine by morning. I hope Father Abbot can see that the Baron's heart is in the right place, even if he picked the wrong time to express himself. Piero, I love you. You're going to get murdered, and that's going to break my heart. That seems unlikely. I think the Baron should apologize if he wants to be forgiven. Think on Matthew, Andreas. Our forgiveness should come like God's love, freely, without condition. In any case, I do hope the Baron respects the Abbot's wishes for the rest of his stay, for everyone's sake. Brother Piero, what do you think of Martin Luther's ideas? Yeah, that was a good line. Ha! That is for younger and wiser men than me to decide. I am just a monk. Thank God. I think it's the Baron who's gonna get it. I do. Yeah. Good night, my son. I just don't want anything to happen to Piero. Compline. I should get some sleep. Alright, let me see what's going on in my book. A sheep. Supper ended badly. An argument erupted between the Baron and the Abbot. Hopefully it will get all worked out in the morning. I should head back to my room at Gertner's and get some sleep. Alright. At least that's it. There's a lamp still burning in the guest house. Lawrence must still be awake. I wonder how he's doing. What was he thinking? He's a baron, but he couldn't have expected that to go well. The storm doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. I should get back to the Gertners. No, we are going to investigate the guest house. I can't investigate. Okay. Well, I can't. Okay. What the hell is that? Huh? Oh, it's a figure. Ugh. Are you all right, Master Mahler? I believe that I may have just seen the physical manifestation of a spirit. Did you see that in the aqueduct? I think so. I want to use the occult one. The ghost? You know about the ghost? There must be a better explanation than that. Well, I'm not here to tell you what you saw. It wouldn't be the first time people have seen ghosts around these parts. Have you ever seen one? Mm-hmm. Usually around the ruins. Who knows how many restless Romans lie beneath those stones? Well, I think I found Johann's last lost sheep. I'm going to head home. Take care, Master Mahler. I will, thank you, too. A ghost. We've seen a figure. What's this? The figures in the shrine to St. Christopher are quite nice. I don't know... Quick, someone in chat. What is St. Christopher the saint of? I don't know. Irises. Beautiful. Snowdrops. One of the only flowers that can bloom this early in spring and at this altitude. I do love snowdrops. They're so pretty. Ooh, a shrine to St. Moritz. The statue looks ancient. I'm going to guess travelers if it's on a thing on the road. Oh, you know what? That's probably a good idea. That's probably a good estimation. I want to explore. I want to go to the mill. Oh, I can go to the Roman ruins. Aw, hi, Staub. We can pet the dog. All the dogs and all the cats love Andreas. We can't be that bad of a person. Glass windows. It must have cost a fortune. Yeah, no kidding. Therefore, he's the patron saint of travelers, and small images of him are often worn around the neck, on a bracelet, carried in a pocket, or placed in vehicles by Christians. What Brooke said. Yep. What a curious mill. The wind turns the sails, and that powers the grinding stone. Oh, look, there's graffiti! Child's drawing. I wonder who the artist is. An angel and a fish. An angry-looking woman. A horse, and a cat. What's this? Collapsed. This must have allowed access to the aqueduct. And that's it. Hold on. Ah, no. Oh, no. Pale horse, still on the floor. Huh? Are you alright in there? Matins, the pale horse, death. Sister, listen to my voice. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Medieval hip-hop was brutal. Yes, yes, Father, I hear you. Am I here? Oh, no. Is this now? Yes, you are with us, and this is now. I apologize, Andreas. I imagine that must have been quite alarming. Sounded like she was having an ecstatic vision. Is she all right? She is, yes. Sister Amelie is a mystic, gifted with visions when God sees fit to give her one. Some are more frightening than others. What's she doing there? Does she live in the church? How long has she been here? She lives there, yes. I'm a little surprised you haven't noticed her before. If you came to Mass more often, you would see that I give her communion through a window to her cell. Oh, this is such good music. Oh, is she an anchoress? Yes, she is. Okay. Devoted to God, enclosed in the cells next to the church. She is dead to the world, but continues a life of prayer and religious contemplation. And sometimes, ever so rarely, she receives great and terrible visions. Is she local to Tassing, or was she a nun at Kirsau? Neither. She came here from a Benedictine abbey in Lower Bavaria after it burned down. I am her confessor and caretaker. Many anchoresses are not literate. I write down her visions to help interpret them. I thought all of the monks and nuns at Curacao could read, even poor brother Folkbert. Thank you, Father Thomas. I must rest now. Of course, sister. She seems unhappy. She is not unhappy, but she is in pain, both physical and spiritual. Her spiritual pain comes from her revelations. They come and go. I try to address them as best I can. Physical pain comes from a deformity in her spine, aching her joints. Okay. I know of no cure for that, save prayer to the Almighty. Sister Amelie was saying she had a vision of death. Could someone be in danger? Yes. There will be a murder this night. Oh no, don't rush to judgment. Her visions are divine and powerful, but they have many meanings. Some of her revelations take years to comprehend. Some may never be understood at all, as God wills it. Still, the argument at dinner was quite troubling. Perhaps it has cast a shadow over our thoughts. Now then, the good sister appears to have fallen back asleep. I must prepare for bed myself. Good night, Andreas. Good night, Father. Well then. That was fun, and actually not the direction I meant to go. Even though... Columbine looks like it's coming in early. There was another direction to go up here. Hi, Staub. Goodbye, Staub. The Outer Farms, that's what it was. Which puts us... Okay, just north of town, that's fine. Hey, a hoot hoot. Okay, nothing there, and I can't even pet the chicken. Alright, we came from that way on our way up. Prince Barn, Widow Kempern. They're all boarded up for the night. Hey, look, a piggy. I'm just curious to see the stuff that I didn't get to see on my first way up here. These wood carvings are quite curious. They look pagan. Attilia's house. Okay, so this is the widow. I imagine she is more pagan than Christian. Hey, look, a cow. Can't go down to the dock. Johann's family keeps beehives for the honey and wax. Town Commons. Gertner Farm. Alright. We're back home. What's he sleeping in a chair for? Aww. Everybody all... the Picatrix, Key of Sol- Oh yeah, that's right. He has these books. And he's also made a mess. It's getting late, I should get some rest. Go to sleep. Look at your nightcap. Just in time for a murder most foul. Time to get back to work. And it's still raining. Wah! Oh no, she's so upset. She's so little. Everyone's room is dripping. It's alright, Ursula. Good morning, what happened? Good morning. Do you need any help with Ursula? No, a little crying wouldn't hurt her. Besides, I think I've gotten most of the all of the leaks now. Ursula is my first child, and she's been a handful. But I think I have the hang of it now. Big York has been a godsend. He helped Christine with Eva when she was a baby. I never took you for a family man, Andreas. I'm not yet. I just wanted to be helpful. I have 2 older brothers, both married, so there are plenty of nieces and nephews for me to play uncle to. I appreciate the offer. You'll make a fine husband someday, Andreas. Ugh, when will this storm let up? It's been going all morning. Peter and Jorg are outside trying to deal with the flooding as best they can. Certain hope everything. Oh my, is the farm in danger? There's always danger with this much rain, but we've lived through worse. Whatever happens, it will be as God wills it. We must have faith in Providence and endure what is to come. Oh, I have some food for you. And I have some money for you, Clara. Here, sorry I couldn't prepare anything more. Thank you, Otto wanted me to say hello, by the way. Yes, Otto did ask you. So what, they're not married, are they? Neither are you yet. Why not test the... No! Then be a good friend to him and just tell her. Otto wanted me to say hello. Oh, did he? Thank you. Have a good day at the Abbey, Andreas. Try to stay dry. Thank you. You too. And good luck. Be good, Ursula. There we go. See, she's fine. Why did I disappear? Andreas? I have money that I need to get. You doing alright, Peter? Oh, I didn't see the wall is broken. Is that from the flood? It is. It must have broken in the night. Some of our sheep escaped. We'll have to track them down later. This is the way it always is. Rain falls on the Abbey and rolls downhill to us little people. Well, it's hard to blame the Abbey for that. That's just how rain works. There's a reason we're down here, and they're up there, Andreas. Anyway, I have to get back to this. See you later. That sucks. Go back into the house. We have money for Clara. Hello, Andreas. Look, Clara, I have something for you. Oh? This should be enough to pay my rent and the tax you owe the Abbey. Andreas, this is far more than your rent payment. We can't accept this. Please, Clara, it's the least I can do. You and Peter have been such gracious hosts. Consider the rest a gift to them in addition to my rent. I insist it's enough to pay back the Abbey, yes? He who sows sparingly will also reap sparingly, and he who sows bountifully will also reap bountifully. You guys have been gracious hosts. But Andreas, how did you even find so much coin? Are you sure you'll have enough to spare for yourself? I asked the abbot to pay me earlier than usual. He agreed so you could pay your tax. I see. It's good to know that Father Gernot is still a reasonable man. He's been rather strict of late. Thank you for going to him on our behalf. You don't know what this means to us. I'm happy to help, Claire. It's the Christian thing to do. You're a good man, Andreas. Thank you. I'll let you move on with your day. God bless you. Until later. Alright. Hello, Andreas. Aww. The wee little one. And she's still trying to say my name. 10 till. Okay, so what have we got going on? The weather's awful, but I still have to get to the scriptorium. Hopefully tempers have calmed down since last night. There's more. Claire seemed very grateful for the money. Hopefully this will help alleviate some of the gardener's money troubles. Okay, so that's done. Okay, Amelie. Sister Amelie of Folklingen. Sister Amelie is a mystic and anchoress who lives in a sealed cell next to the Tassing Town Church. She came to Tassing after her abbey in Lower Bavaria burned down. Oh, there's more people. And Till Kreutzer, farmer and voracious reader, fond of the Roman legends about Tassing's past. I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay. Monastic hour corresponding to 2 a.m. It's still used for night. Okay, it's used for night prayer. I bet there was another word in here that I didn't look for, and we're just going to have to move it right along. Footloose and fancy free. Well, we definitely can't go that way. Alright. We're about to find out who died. Hello, Andreas. Good morning, Andreas. So, Otto and Eva, huh? Yes, what about them? That was a good eye. I can't fault them for that. How's our courtship developing? Doing fine, you think? Come on now, tell me the juicy details about what's going on between them. We got a good eye. I guess she's good. She's a good, strong-willed woman. I'm not a gossip, Andreas. Otto practically asked me to be his messenger. I'm only trying to understand how things stand. I'm just curious. I can tell. I don't really concern myself with the personal lives of others, Andreas. But truth be told, I think he's being a bit too slow about it. Oh. He's old enough already to be to not be smitten like a boy. They both like each other. It seems to me, if you found the right person, you should go for it. That's what I would do. Let's stop to, where is Mistress Schmitten, if I may ask? That's a private matter. You haven't found the right person? No. I, do hope to find someone to have at my side as we build a family. God has not given me this blessing. Worry not, it could happen to at any moment, Endress. One hopes so. Must go back to work, Andreas, enough talk. Until later. Do you need me to do... oh, yeah, I can go this way now. Ooh. Angies. I should go also to the Drucker farm. I don't know how... Okay, outer... Here we go. Bauer Farm, France Bauer and the Kemperin, Coal Burner, Shrine of St. Satia, Waterfall, Old Salt Mine. Okay, so I haven't been to the Charcoal Burner, the Shrine of St. Satia, the Waterfall, or the Old Salt Mine yet. Oh, the Drucker house is just right down the road. Okay. God be with you, Andreas. Seems like we have a good spring storm. So I hope it would let up soon. Good morning, I'm sure it will let up soon. Good morning, it's annoying. I have to walk all the way up the Abbey to this. I'm sure it'll let up soon. As God wills it. Ulrich, I paid Gret for last week's pumpernickel. Sorry to make you wait for it. It's no trouble at all. Please say hello to Lucky for me. They look so angry. Of course, now I'm off home and then to the Pfeiffers. Good morning, Agnes. What's going on at the Pfeiffers? Elena has about a month to go before a child is due. Her last one was hard. He didn't make it. God rest his soul. I just want to give her the best chance she can have. Dumb question, but did we pay rent? Yes, we did pay the rent. I did it before I left. Everyone was asleep when I got back to the house, so I did it this morning. It is in God's hands. Trust in Providence. I'll raise Ulrich, but I'll do what I can to help. Why make the Lord do all the work? I must be off now. That's a good woman. Why make the Lord do all the work? Don't get me wrong, I'm not Christian by any means, but that's a good head. That's a good place to have your head at for those that do or are. Good day to you both, and Andreas. Stay out of the rain. Tell Helena I will pray for her health. Tell Helena I'll pray for her health. She'll appreciate that, Andreas. Thank you. Until later. Until later, Agnes. I want to go in the bakery. Oh my god, look at the small itty bitties. She's kneading dough. Hi. She's so cute. Oh, and here's Gret. Andreas, such a pleasure to see you, and looking so handsome as always. We both have Christian backgrounds. It's not all bad. It's just that enough of it is. Yeah. Yeah, flour dough, or from the floor. Back for more of my rye? Dear Gret, you know I can't stay away from your rye. I was passing and I thought I should say hello. You know I can't. Andreas, hee. I was passing by and thought I should say hello. And I must say goodbye. Aren't you a good man? Well, you're always welcome here, Andreas. And always welcome to my rye. Be well. Until later, Gret. She seems nice. Ulrich looks permanently angry. God bless you, Andreas. God bless me indeed. What's over here? Town Commons. Steinauer House? Well, now it's an RPG. I'm just walking into people's houses. A cat. Petschlau. Hello, good cat. Meow, meow, meow. The weirdest approximation of a cat. I do want to go to the Druckers. And then we'll go to North. Oh, no one's home. Shit. Why is no one home? Oh, there he is. Hold on. Franz Bauer. Piggy Wiggies. Piggy Wiggy Wiggy. Come on. Down we go. Oh. Come on. Come on, Andreas. Andreas! Go to Attilia's. You want something? Just to check on you. And to look in your house. Oh, look at her little drawing. It's gotta be tough to be a widow at this day, in this day and age. Okay, the Bowers aren't here. Am I not allowed to go up? I guess not. So we'll have to take the long way around. I like all the little chicken noises. I think chickens smell gross, but I think they're very funny. I do want to look at the north part of town first. Hello, Schlau. Okay, so I don't know whose house that is. What's this? More ruins. I wonder if they're from the old Roman colony. This Stoltz house. Tassing is so lucky to have so much wound wort naturally growing. I had to buy it back in Nuremberg. Okay, so there's some down here also. Trying to get a lay of the land. And, you know, completely avoid work. Father, I've said this before, but it isn't good that the water drains here so quickly. It's affecting the foundation. It needs to be looked at. I understand, but if you dig here, you may be disturbing the bodies decomposing in the yard. Of course, Father, but they're going to be dug back up again anyway. Yes, but why disturb them unnecessarily? It's your church, Father, but you can't put this off forever. The foundation is going to crack. I understand. Perhaps after some of the bones have been moved to the ossuaries. Thank you, Lucky. Ah, good day, Master Mahler. Thomas, please. Good day, Father Thomas. Thomas, please. The foundation. Think of the foundation. What if the anchoress gets killed from a collapsing building? She can't even get out. She's sealed in. Everything alright with the church? Oh yes, Lucky was again reminding me of the danger severe rainfall can pose to the foundation. God looks after his flock, but sometimes the pen requires an earthly hand. It will be taken care of. God be with you, Andreas. And with you, Father Thomas, until later. It's down this way. To the forest!
Perfusion 050 proclaims this is a public service announcement. End of public service announcement.
Hey, Perfusion, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy for you Thursday. Sorry, what did he say? Okay, most of this felling is for the Abbey's renovations and firewood. The town can only gather sticks. That's bullshit. Okay, Meadow, Shrine of St. Satia, the waterfall. Is this the old salt mine? Smokey's home. Who's Smokey? Sweet old Thursday. Hello, Smokey. Oh, Master Mahler? Yes? We met once before, I think. You were drawing something by the, waterfall. I'm Smokey. Well, Adam, but people call me Smokey. You're the charcoal burner. Yes, I have to stay out here in the forest near the kiln. Is there anything I can do for you? No, just being friendly. Oh, of course. Good to see you. Until next time, Master Mahler. Until then. Václav. Oh, hello. How's your Thursday going, Perfusion? Hopefully it's not treating you too terribly. Hello, you're not local, are you? No, I'm staying in Tassing only briefly. Smokey, a friend of yours? No, I mean, I didn't know him before coming to Tassing, but he's let me stay with him, so yes, I suppose he is. People don't much like Romani. Most folk despise anything that's different. I like staying on the edge of town. I search to find whatever is different. It's the difference in the artist's styles that make their work unique. Different is merely different, not better or worse. Lord shaped us each with our own purpose and gifts. How can I disdain his creation? An attitude I hope more would share. I haven't seen you too often. Do you live here? I'm only visiting Tassing as well. My name is Andreas Mahler. Oh, you're the artist staying at the Abbey. It's nice to meet you. Most folk in Tassing don't come down here to talk. Right, my name's Václav, a traveling tinkerer. I travel from place to place, sharpening knives, mending small things that need mending, that sort of thing. Brought you to Tassing? Do the people of Tassing mean much? What brought you to Tassing? Well, I, actually came to visit Kiersel's library. I'd hoped for one of the monks to read them to me, but the abbot wouldn't let me in. No one's allowed inside the library except the sisters. I'm not surprised they turned you away. Father Gurnett is a grumpy old man. I think he has half a mind to throw me out of the scriptorium most days. Just woke up sadly, fell asleep way too early, so now I'm wide awake. Okay, so now I'm awake. Poor sleeping schedule going to be completely bad by now. Oh no, I'm so sorry for Fusion. I have definitely been in similar states, so you'll be alright. You'll be alright. No one's allowed in the library but the sisters. Ah. What were you looking for? I explained I was looking for a text about the elements. If they're primordial, as Aristotle says, then God didn't create them. They existed with him since the dawn of time. That's a fascinating idea. But Genesis clearly says that the Lord created the heavens and the earth. How ridiculous, Václav, that's heresy. Well, welcome to Cozy Times. Cozy, I thought we were going to get chaos. Cozy, definitely not murder times. Well, we are standing in the rain, and I think standing in the rain is the opposite of cozy, probably. That's a fascinating idea. Not only that, but it explains the presence of angels and demons before the creation of the world. Of the 5 elements, angels are fire and air, demons are water and earth. And the world was ether before the Lord formed it. That's why Satan appeared as a snake to Eve. Snakes can only dwell in deep caves and pools. What? I've never considered it that way. You might be onto something. Be careful, Václav. People have been imprisoned for talking like that. Don't be a fool. God created the elements just as much as anything else. The church doesn't take kindly to heretics, and neither do I. You should repent from this nonsense. Repent! Rain sounds are kind of like ASMR. I, however, am not like ASMR. The cloud can only produce like 8 raindrops at a time. It's not that bad. The rain, it's more like spitting. My hopes and dreams are ether. Be careful. I am well aware, Master Mahler. Nevertheless, I thank you for your concern. Anyway, I should get back to work. Until later, Václav. Alright, so he's an interesting guy. Alright, so now we've been there. I know where the meadow is. The meadow will lead us to the Abbey. Let's go to the Shrine of Saint Satia. Before we find out who was murdered in the night. Oh, I am past my time. A carving of Saint Satia. Looks quite old. It's pretty, though. Oh, we are totally checking behind the waterfall. My food is earth and water, and then I apply fire to reduce the water. Yes. Hey, who's this guy? Also, what's this? Rotten and full of bugs. No wonder Otto hasn't split it up. Oh, Otto. Good to see you, Andreas. This is old Otto. We can look at the waterfall. The waterfall must flow down from the snow mountain mountains above the Abbey. Look at that squirrel up there just chilling. Oh, I have not had any water. Don't tell the church I'm practicing alchemy. I'm actually just practicing arson. It's just light arson. Thank you for the hydrate. I'll take another drink because I would love that. I would also love a stretch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, so now we're at the old salt mine, which I believe is the last place currently that we haven't been to yet. Oh, thank you for the stretch. Everybody, make sure you stretch your little leggies. And your armies. so that they may, I don't know, march further. Tassing's old salt mine, how the town made up money, had made money before the Imperial Road opened up. And there's nothing else. When I lived in Germany very briefly, it was also the original presence. It had the place where I was staying, not the village I lived in, but the nearest town, like the nearest city. Also, the previous main source of income was a salt mine. It was a really cool salt mine. We went into it. Sup, Till? Hello, the Master Mauler. Hello, Till. Bumped into any ghosts lately? Not since we last spoke. Good, good. Have you ever seen a nicer view? Don't get sites like this in the cities, I expect. I can't say that Nuremberg has many Roman ruins. I could do without the mud on my shoes, but the aqueduct does make a nice silhouette. Oh yes, the old Roman ruins. Tassing's full of them. Quite the marvels they are. I don't pay much mind to the writing on them, but I can't read Latin myself. You might enjoy giving them a look. If you do, you'll have to tell me if they match the old legends I read about. What sort of old legends? Well, when Father Matthias was abbot, he would let me borrow books from the abbey's library. I think I read through half of that library before Father Gurnett became abbot. He and Father Thomas are strict about which books should be read now. Books should glorify God, they say, not discuss the old pagan ways. Still, the accounts of the Romans in Tassing are my favorite. That old book talked about how the Roman knights, Gaius Metellus defeated the Reti, I think it was? Heavy snowfall had caught him in this very valley, barbarians on all sides, when Mars sent a wolf to the night. Instead of killing the beast, Gaius followed it to a magical spring with trees covered in all sorts of fruit. Mars provided the wolf in the spring, and Gaius Metellus founded Tassing after defeating the barbarians to honor Mars. That's where all this came from. That does sound a lot like the story Brother Matthew told about St. Moritz without the Roman gods. So the miners were literally salaried. You just cannot stop thinking about the Roman Empire. I love that I'm playing this right as like that's showing up in my feed. Just men thinking about the Roman Empire. I'm surprised that Curacao has any record of Tassing before St. Moritz arrived. A good story, if nothing else. That sounds a lot like the St. Moritz story. I hadn't thought of that. Both were snowed into this valley, weren't they? And saved near a spring. I wonder if it's the same story. Oh, I don't know all about that, Mr. Mauler. A lot of stories get mixed up over the years. Might be all fable, but I enjoy the story all the same. It's nice to feel you're connected to those who came before you, even if it's only by the land you live on. Wise words, I feel the same. I'd rather look towards new opportunities, but I do see the best. Wise words. It's been good chatting with you, Master Mauler, but I better get back to work. You'll let me know if you find any particularly good books in that library, alright? I will. Until later, Till. It's true, part of our genetic code is just made up of thinking about the Roman Empire, the aqueducts, the Colosseum, their concrete. Alright, I want to see what's going on at the mill. Okay, apparently nothing. And the Druckers aren't home. Bye, Staub. Oh wait, I don't need to go here. Men during the Roman Empire. Sorry, I was thinking of the Macedonian Empire. Sorry, I was just thinking about the Turks. Martin? What the hell are you doing down here? Hey, Martin. Get a friendly greeting from Martin. Oh. Oh. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna fail because I told him to help his family. Eat shit, Andreas. Achoo! Damn it. I should get to the scriptorium. Gurnet will give me an earful if I'm late again. Oh, damn it. I really want to be on Martin's good side, because I bet that kid saw something. Nikolaus? God be with you, Andreas. Is God with us? Look at this rain. He's still preparing to leave even with this weather. The weather is unfortunate, but the Baron's wife, Lady Salomea, will be arriving today. My lord intends to depart as soon as she arrives. How long have they been married? 7 years now. She's a fine woman. A true lady. Unlike me. I was hoping to bid farewell to the Baron before he leaves. I'm sure he'd appreciate that. He spoke highly of you before he went to bed. He was glad you were willing to debate him at supper, even though he's sure the abbot will hold it against you. Well, Luther's work is worth debating, regardless of what the abbot thinks. If the abbot is too conservative, I find it's best to ignore him. The Baron is a patron of the abbey. I didn't want to refute. Luther's work is worth debating. My lord certainly agrees, but he hasn't found many people who share that opinion in Tyrol or Bavaria. Alright, I've got Lorenz Rothvogel's favor. Oh, I tried to turn down. Oh, an ad break. An ad break. An ad break. We are in an ad break. But I will wait till the ad break is over. We will just enjoy sippies until the ad break is over in 10 seconds. Oh, I could use some more water. I was really bad about drinking water today. Alright, and we're back. Welcome back from Mad Hell. Hopefully. Alright. Would it be fair to say I found the Baron's favor? It would. My lord bade me give you a token of his friendship in his absence. He says it's a small thing compared to future commissions, but he hopes that you will wear it with pride. What an extraordinary pin. Please thank the Baron for me. In fact, I'll wear it right now. As you wish, of course. Where is your master gone, then? Going on a walk early this morning. He didn't say when he'd be back. If we return soon, the rain is turning everything to mud. Betsy. My lord might surprise you, Andreas. He never minds getting mud on his boots. Of course, I am the one who has to clean them. Baron seems to be quite an unusual man in many ways. Maybe so. I only know him as my lord for these last 7 years. At the time that he married Salomea. So I was out today, picked up a pack of Pentiment pumpkin donuts, and they're pretty good. Are they really? I haven't had a chance to try them. That reminds me, did you see a short, surly-looking man in a hat on your way up this morning? Surely you don't mean me. No, he was shorter than you by 2 hands at least. That can only be Martin Bauer. He ran past me in the meadow and he was walking up the hill. He was quite a hurry. That would explain my lord's missing rings. You believe he stole from you? Not from me, no, from my lord. 1 gold, 1 silver, a handful of golden, and a book the Baron was planning to give to the Abbey. A book? Historia to say? I believe so, yes. I went to pack the Baron's things and they were missing. The boy is a known thief. It wouldn't surprise me if he's responsible for the missing rings. But the book? That would explain it then. Regrettably, he had ample opportunity for his theft. Yesterday I caught the boy with the hat, Martin I suppose, peering through the windows. I could have admonished him at the time, but, well, he seemed harmless. That's a shame. I hope the Baron won't be too put out. My lord is a man of some means. He won't miss the gold, or the rings. I do think he will be upset about the book. He was quite excited for the abbot to see it. In any case, I must finish preparing the horse. The horses. It was good talking to you, Andreas. Of course, I hope the rain lets up for you soon. God willing. Until next time. Until then. I don't think Martin stole the book. Someone else definitely stole the book.
Get apple spice donuts too, but I choose pumpkin. Apple spice donuts sound really good. I'm so excited for Fall Guys. Not the game Fall Guys, but Fall, guys. Do you think I can chase down Martin? I wonder if I can. I know he was mean to me, but... Oh, I didn't see... Did he run through the forest or did he run to town? I'm hoping town. Because he's... Lady Salomea, wife of Lawrence Rothvogel. Lady Salomea is from a well-respected Viennese family and has been married to the Baron for 7 years. Old Otto Carpenter and father of Otto suffered a stroke several years ago, so his son's taken over much of their business. Lives next to the town commons. Alright, now we've got Smoky Cooler. Charcoal burner for tassing and Curacao. Smoky lives in the woods between the town and the abbey. And then we have Václav. Family name unknown. A Romani traveler has been staying in the woods with Smoky for a few weeks. He helps Smoky with the charcoal burning and does odd jobs for the townsfolk. I can't say that I am specifically excited for Fall Guys now. Tirol. We know of the Archduchy of Austria and the Holy Roman Empire, south of Bavaria, east of the Swiss Confederacy, north of the Republic of Venice. Roman god of war and agriculture. Mars represented civilization and peace through military might. Alright, a gulden is a gold coin used as currency throughout the Holy Roman Empire. Though different standards exist for the gulden in different regions, it's generally equivalent to the Florentine florin. Alright, and then the Imperial Road, also called the Via Imperii. The Imperial Road links Venice in the south with Stettin on the Baltic Sea in the north. It passes through Verona, Innsbruck, Nuremberg, and many other cities along the way. It also brings thousands of travelers to Tassing and Curacao every year. Okay, I've missed a person. Anna Albin, oh, daughter of Olgengrat, and is teeny tiny and adorable, and I love them. Oh, but I opened that up for a different reason. Maybe they'll do a seasonal event, and Cougar can be excited for Fall Guys Fall, guys. Thank you, Brooks. When you're not excited for fall, guys. I wanted to look at people because I wanted to look at Martin. Bauer. I couldn't remember what his last name was. And Bauer is the farm... next to the Gertner farm. Okay. So if I go here and then down here, I presume maybe he's gone home? When you're excited for file gauze. Okay, he's definitely not here. I was hoping maybe I could catch him. Hello, Schlau. Good kitty. I guess I'm playing late. Well, maybe I'm not meant to find him right now. I was hoping to head him off. That's alright. Alright. To the Abbey. We must find out who has died. That thunder certainly rumbles in the castle. No, Old Bailey. There we go. To the scriptorium. I've made it.
Piero's not here. Oh, this is wonderful. The rest of the abbey is soaked and there's not a drop of rain in here. Good thing the abbot had Otto replace the roof in the scriptorium in the library last month. With the calefactory next door, we can stay warm while everyone else is cold and wet. Instead of bragging about our good fortune, you should think upon your brothers and sisters and pray for their health and safety. The abbot's foresight saved a lot of our work and protected what's in the library. The town hasn't fared well. I'm sure they'll be fine. More importantly, if they're not, I don't care.
Wow! What if this takes a real turn and you're investigating who killed God? Oh no, but Nietzsche hasn't even been born yet. Brother Guy, your heart is harder than the stone of this floor. Guy, why are you... Guy is such a dick. Huh, you have a grumpy old monk. But where's the nice one? Brother Piero? You haven't seen him yet today? No! No, Piero! I love him, and if anything happens to him, I will kill everyone. Left to speak with the abbot some time ago. What? Why is Matthew ringing the bell? It can't be Tersar. It's not. It's to call everyone together. Because someone's dead. I pray it stops soon. Such a cacophony is an assault on my frail ears. It's not stopping. I suppose this means we're being summoned to the chapter house. We absolutely fucking are. God, give me strength to endure the rain. It's 50 feet, old man. You'll live. God, give me the strength to endure this man. I guess we're not going because we're not part of the club. It's still not stopping. What's going on? This can't be all because of the storm. I should see what's the matter. I'm so worried that it's Brother Piero. That's not like a scream coming from the cloister. Oh no. No, who's dead? It's coming just down the hall, maybe the chapter house. I know those screams are coming from the chapter house. Where's the chapter house? Oh my god, I've already turned around. Oh, okay. Down this way. Come on, come on, come on. Lots of screaming women. I think something terrible has happened, Master Andreas. Oh, shit. No, I thought that was to talk to him. It's the start of the Millennial Fair. Everyone's out to see Luca's new invention. Oh, no. Oh. Oh, God, there's a bloodstain on the wall. Lorenz! It is true! It was Lorenz! What happened? I think it's the Baron. He's been hurt. He's been deaded. Please, Father, where's Brother Florian? Have him come here quickly. Be silent, brother. Brother Florian, if you please. Well, there's our dead man. Lorenz the Baron. As expected. I'm sorry, Father, there's nothing to be done. He's dead. Sister Margaret, calm yourself. Sister Gertrude, please take Sister Margaret back to the garden. Yes, Mother Cecilia. God protect us. The Baron was a friend of the Prince Bishop of Freising. Why is he so worried about the Prince Bishop? Maybe is odd in more ways. In more than one way, its existence offends some in the church. We are far enough from Rome and Mainz that everyone forgets about us, but this could bring unwanted attention. Florian, how easily do you think you could dispose of the body? Ugh. Father Abbot, what are you saying? Why are you questioning me? Why are you wasting precious time? Do you want to see the soldiers of the Prince Bishop march on up our steps and fling your brothers and sisters out of our home? God protect us. many languages. Silence, quiet, calm yourselves, all of you. Yeah, Gurnet, what the fuck? He's trying to cover up a murder. Father Abbot, Baron Rothvogel's manservant, is already preparing to leave. The Baron's wife should be here in a matter of hours. This is not the time for rash decisions. Yes, you're right. Please forgive me. But then what will we do? Not whatever you were thinking of doing. My God. We must send the Baron's man to the court of the Prince Bishop in Freising at once. Most Cecilia, the Baron said the Prince Bishop's archdeacon was in Innsbruck for the Imperial Diet. Even better, swift action will silence any whispers of impropriety on our part. Given the Baron's stature, the Archdeacon will undoubtedly come investigate immediately. We must cooperate with him fully and pray for a speedy resolution. Yes, good. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Brother Wolslav, please detain Brother Piero in the cellar until the Prince Bishop's man arrives. No! What? Brother Piero? Why? That's absurd! He was caught in flagrante delicto, covered in blood with a knife in his hand. Father, do you really believe the Brother Piero is capable of such a foul deed? Yes, capable enough when motivated by anger. I had no anger against the Baron, Father Abbot. I simply came across him like this. No anger, not even for insulting your work and forcing us to give it to Andreas. This is not a subject for debate. When the Prince Bishop's man arrives, we must not be empty-handed. Even if Piero wanted to kill the Baron, he's not physically capable of the act. He can barely hold a brush, much less plunge a knife into a man's body. Be quiet, this is not your affair. This is my affair if you're going to make me part of Brother Piero's supposed motive. Forgive me, Father Gurnet. It is my affair if you're going to make me part of Brother Piero's supposed motive. I am through debating this with you. My decision stands with Brother Wolslav. Brother Wolslav will detain Brother Piero in the cellar until I say otherwise. Brother Florian, please escort Andreas out of the abbey. Andreas, do not show your face here again until tomorrow. Do you understand me? This is ridiculous, but yes. Wow. Andreas, listen to me. I sympathize with you. I don't think Piero did this either, but this isn't the time to push the abbot. I'm sure the other brothers and sisters believe Piero is innocent as well, but the abbot is worried about the Prince Bishop's attention. I have to do something. I can't let Piero die for something he didn't do. I appreciate your passion, but if you pursue this indelicately, you could make matters worse. Take a few hours to calm your nerves and your mind. You need to think clearly. Go to the Druckens, eat a good meal, and come back at Nons. We won't have much time, but tap on my window with a small stone and I'll let you in. Let me in for what? The autopsy. To examine the body. What a great place to leave off. 2 days, 2 hours remain. I should follow Florian's advice and go to the Druckers. Alright. That is where we will call it for the day. I'm just going to change. Hopefully it will clear my head. I just want to make sure that we get a save state. So I'm going to go into someplace to trigger one. Okay, there we go. All right. So that's where we'll call it for tonight. We have our murder most foul. Man. What a time. Thank you so much for the additional hydrate before we sign off. Man. I know I was, like, we had several death flags. Or at least, you know, people who were going to be at least involved in the murder. So it's Lorenz and Gurnet's, Father Gurnet's justification is that he was, flew into a murderous, jealous rage and attacked Lorenz because of it. Even if that was the case, let's entertain this clearly ridiculous idea and set aside the fact that Piero is his hands are clearly arthritic. He would have to be able to hold the knife and plunge it into a man, which is not an insignificant feat. So setting aside the fact that he is physically incapable of doing it, Gurnet feels like our man, but I'm betting strong on him being too obvious. I also think that Gurnet is probably going to be a red herring. Because it's very easy to blame his pride, especially after dinner last night and everything. Besides, there's the flip side of Gurnet is that why would he want to bring unwanted attention to the Abbey? Lorenz was the patron of the Abbey. He was one of the primary ways he was getting money to fund it. Killing him doesn't benefit him or the Abbey. So I don't think it's him. But I do think it will get played up at some point. Adok is because realistically we have to look at the people who are physically capable of doing it, and that I think automatically rules out Piero, obviously, because he's the man we are going to be determined to save. I don't think we'll have an idea till we know what's in the book. Oh, the Historia task. What I think I will go ahead and put this out there. I don't think it's Gurnet. I think it's Fernick. I think it's the prior. We have suspicion on him being interested in experimental occult belief. Occult pagan belief. It's possible that the book implicates his family or something. Possibly. Because they were talking about sort of the pagan histories of the town. But you're right, Brooks. I will get a clearer idea when we know what the history to say says or was meant to, sort of scare people into. At that point, one would kind of hope that Martin stole the book along with the rings, but I don't think Martin has the book. I don't think Gurnet killed Lorenz. I have a suspicion that he did steal the book. But is not, and people will use that to implicate him in the murder, but he will not have committed the murder. He will only be guilty of stealing the book. Though he is probably physically capable of killing Lorenz. Fernick is a big dude. He is likely to, he's physically capable of doing it. The unfortunate reality is that ruling people out based on physicality really only gets rid of 3 people. It gets rid of Margaret, Sister Margaret, who's blind. But I also think that one of the nuns murdering him is also unlikely. I don't think it would have been. I don't think it's likely that any of one of the nuns wouldn't have been accounted for and in the Abbey in order to kill him. I don't think they would have had opportunity. Any of them would have had opportunity. So, but what a place to leave it off. With the murder finally happened, Piero getting locked up, the promise of getting to sit in on the examination of the body. So we will do that on Friday, on Freitag. So that means we must find somebody to hang out with for the rest of the evening. Who we got online? We've got Eckerd playing Racing Lagoon again today. We've got you didn't look at Dante. Oh, thank you for reminding me. That's right, you did post Dante. I think it's the shepherd guy. I bet he's all up on trying to Caesar someone with a knife. He's over here trying to toss Caesar's salad. Okay, hold on. Let me bump into Discord real quick. It belongs in a museum. Plug for the Discord. Ooh, I came across this Barnes & Noble, a massive volume of the works of Gustave Doré. Ooh, that's really cool. Very inspiration stuff I'm working on, so I went over. That's really cool. All right, and then let me download this Dante to show everybody. Because that is really cool. All right. Boom. And then back to OBS. Here's the play. Check out this sweet Dante figurine. That's really cool. That looks really good. Shameless plug for the Discord again. If you aren't on the Discord, join the Discord. Come hang out with us. Come look at the neat things that Brooks will occasionally post. Come look at mine and Nate's cats. You had to pre-order the game way in advance to get the figurine. It looks really cool. The detail is so good. I love that. All right. Let's take a look here. Okay, so back to... All right, Kyle, or Jane Jesus, is going through some PS1 games. Midnight Monopoly is back online doing Sam and Max Save the World. Piggyback Variety's on for Resident Evil 4. Elegant Frost on for Baldur's Gate. Glycan on for Baldur's Gate. Let's do... Let's do Midnight Monopoly. She's always a fun time. She's always a lot of fun. All right. Go show Midnight Monopoly some love. All right. Thanks again, everybody, for keeping me company. It's been such a joy to have you. We will be back at it Friday with examination of Lorenz's body. And hopefully that'll give us some direction. Have a great morning, afternoon, night, wherever, whenever you are. And I will see you guys on Friday. Bye-bye.